there's supposed to be a Spider-Man No Way Home trailer coming out this week. However,
another one?
Yes, but the studios are having a little bit of a issue with it because one studio wants to show the 3 Spider-Men and the other studio is like, no, save it for the movie. But also at this point, I'm just like, we all know. Just put them in there and like just count the money at this point.
I'm going to guess Sony wants to show the 3 Spider-Men.
Of
Marvel
course.
doesn't want to show the 3 Spider-Men.
Could you imagine?
Come on, look at our other 2 Spider-Men. They're just as good.
Could you imagine if we knew none of this? If we knew none of this going into the movie, people would literally blow their braids out in the movie theater. Also, did you guys see that meme where it was like Kevin Feige says, "Fuck you," and delays Spider-Man to 2025. Enjoy your leaks, you bitches.
We need phase 3 started now.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's just get right to it. Lightyear trailer. What you guys think?
Dope.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Great use of Bowie.
What about you, Christopher?
I don't know why this movie exists. I just don't. I don't get it.
Great. I had the same thought. I had the same exact thought. Why does this movie exist?
Yeah.
But after watching it, I was just like, it kind of looks
I'm glad
cool
that we
though.
can base the toy off some character.
Exactly.
And then also now we get a Woody movie too later on, right?
You think so?
I hope so.
This has to be leading to a Woody movie. It has.
Are you okay?
We're so good.
What's going on?
Oh god.
We're just going to end up doing like X-Men Origins for all of the Toy Story.
Exactly. I do have some critiques though.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Are we going to get a Mrs. Nesbitt?
I hope so.
Cameo
Nesbitt.
Like find out who the real Mrs. Nesbitt is.
Mrs. Nesbitt, I'm confused.
I am Mrs. Nesbitt.
Iconic
when
scene.
he loses his arm and he has his mental breakdown when
has
he's sitting at tea.
PTSD.
Oh yes. Oh, when he's having the tea party,
Tea
right?
time,
Yes.
Yep, too much David Bowie, not enough Randy Newman.
Oh,
okay.
that is a good call.
However, that's a good call, but you got to differentiate a little bit. I think.
You do?
Yeah, a little bit. However, I think in the movie we're gonna get some. We're gonna.
I also put a note. Can you guys give me your best Randy Newman impression too?
Man, a what?
There you go.
It's dark. Sounds like it's dark, man.
Man.
So, Jess, you question why this exists?
Yeah, because no one asked for it. Really,
that is true.
That's true.
We
Oh, that's
have
a good
enough
point.
Toy Story movies. Like we were done. It was fine. No one was saying, "Oh, I wish it would come back again." But yet this is happening, and it's just kind of like this cash machine. Like they're just draining this franchise. It's
For me, like my whole thing is, nobody asked for it, but I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool idea to show the story of the toy. You know, like who they base.
Why it was so hyped up.
Yeah, exactly.
They've done that. Like we had all of the Disney
true.
XD shows about like all the Buzz Lightyear stuff. So like I just don't know like what the tenor
Yeah, but it's that
and like
canon.
the vibe of this is gonna be.
And also, let's be real. You know, you guys know that Chris Evans is
Yeah.
Buzz, right?
Which honestly, great choice because I think that if Chris Evans smokes like a chimney, by the
could sound
time
like
he's
Tim
Tim
Allen.
Allen's age, he would sound like Tim Allen.
Makes sense. I wish they would have brought back Tim Allen though. They would have.
Patrick
Tony
Warburton, bring him
Pryor's.
back.
That's true too.
But yeah, no. So I got some tweets here. You guys want to see some tweets? So first up, we have Buzz Lightyear 1995, Buzz Lightyear 2022. New Buzz be turning off his body cam.
That's true. I mean, also, like, he looks so much friendlier in 1995, and then 2022, he's got that chiseled jaw.
Well, he's a toy.
Yeah, but still.
So
He looks like Mike Pence.
Kind of.
kinda. Yeah, now that you say it. Then we have I guess Bichon walks so Buzz Lightskin can soar.
Buzz Lightyear.
He's got the
Oh
fucking
my
Drake
God.
little heart
my
shaped
God.
in his head.
Look at those waves. Those waves have been baking all night.
I saw another tweet that I couldn't find. It was something like Bo Peep ain't the only one that could rock the wave, and it was him with the.
He's a wavy dude.
So then
Why do you think he's got that thing on all the time?
there's this one I found as I saw this. The next one I saw before I saw the trailers. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Is this one?" It's a good one. I like that one.
Chiseled. Look at him. Oh my god.
I tend to believe that this is a parody of a screen from one of the Halo games where Master Chief is naked and he's actually looking at his suit. But I can't put my finger on where if it is actually from.
So this movie's rated R. This is the first R-rated movie.
Would be funny if you just see his dick and balls hanging out from the back.
And then
like just dangling.
There's a big old hog.
Yeah, that package.
Oh yeah,
the costume is not big.
and then finally, of course, you always need to fill out your diversity card. I want to know her story.
I saw this, and then someone responded. She got kicked off The Mandalorian.
That's a good one.
I also didn't take the name out of Crazy Bro Game. I mean, she's got a check mark, so she's got to have good content.
There's a lot going on here. Looks like Marla.
Jess, thoughts? Are you glad that they're doing a her story for Buzz?
They're not.
No,
It's not a real question.
However, on this show we're speculating that they are.
Right.
Yeah. Turns out Buzz was a woman.
Also,
the whole
Jay Leno
time
with a wig. If you ever wondered, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true. That's true.
Well, yeah. Also, I think the actual Pixar has stepped up their game in the visuals department.
Yes.
It's not to the point where the movies just look a little better now. Every movie they put out looks leaps and bounds ahead of their last one.
Like this one in particular, when he was shooting off in the rocket ship, seeing the smoke billow out. When I was looking at that, I was like, "Fuck, they really stepped it up for this one." It looks real. It looks like a real rocket ship.
I remember in Seoul, there was a hospital scene. It was a quick second where I thought they switched to live action.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, "Oh, no way!" And then I realized
it doesn't fall into the uncanny valley where it's sometimes they go for really Lion King. They went really photorealistic with that. Are you okay? Are you? Okay?
I think it's just cold in here.
Okay.
I can't get my throat clear.
It's really super photorealistic. So when you're staring at it for 2 hours, it's at the point where you're all right, I can't tell what's going on. My brain can't figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is right at the line where it's photorealistic, but it also doesn't trick your brain into thinking it's real. It knows that it's not real.
Pixar is just playing God at this point. They're just getting too close to the sun.
I guess
these animations.
Buzz is getting too close to the sun.
he flew. Yeah, he flew right into the sun.
Flew right in there. Yeah,
He moved it.
that's how the movie ends. Buzz finally gets to space, to infinity and
To infinity and what? That's the thing. They don't finish that in the trailer too.
Mm-hmm.
They changed his saying like they did to Superman, and they piss off all the.
But they changed it too.
You know this?
No.
Superman's motto is truth, justice in the American way. And, the state that we're currently living in, they changed it to truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. Mm. Now, you could take wild guess who was pretty upset about that.
Slogan right there.
That's true.
Tradition meets tomorrow.
Tradition meets
Superman
tomorrow.
Right there.
Truth, justice, and make America great again.
I literally was gonna say.
Speaking of make America great again, did the Nazi lose yet?
What? Wait, what?
The Nazi that's currently running for governor in New Jersey.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, Jack Chittarelli.
Yeah.
I thought World War II was back on.
You guys see
No,
I don't remember that.
70 years
today
out.
it's
from
happening. I wrote this guy's name down. Did you guys see the candidate for New York mayor? The guy that wears the beret?
Oh, yes.
I think it's the funniest thing. I was looking him up today because I keep seeing him on commercials.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never guessed he was a Republican candidate.
Oh, yeah. He's got a beret on. Yeah, he's a Republican candidate. The best is there was one, he was doing a rally. It was so staged where there was a guy who was pretending to be a homeless man.
Yeah.
I can't confirm
I was
it.
saying all he's doing is just posing with homeless people.
Exactly. He's just posing with homeless people or people pretending to be homeless. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm a champion. And these homeless people are just crying as he's talking to them.
Right.
I got to be honest, these margins are a lot closer than I thought they were going to be.
Oh, really?
It's 51 to 48 right now, Murphy.
Oof.
With only 350 votes, Oh, I guess that's all they counted because you know it's all right. This will.
Yep. Come on. I haven't even gotten my weed yet. Don't take it away from me before I've even gotten it yet.
True. I was actually gonna be like, time to celebrate. All right, so let's move on to some rampant speculation. Our favorite conversation piece. So apparently it was leaked that there's a new Warner Brothers like Smash type game coming out, which obviously we saw with Nickelodeon. We talked about that last week. Which like I said, that game is unreasonably fun. It is so much fun. And with Smash Brothers being the success that it was, everybody who's got a list of any type of characters,
enough IP,
are just putting. They're just even Fox is.
It's nothing but Simpsons and Family Guy,
right?
So basically, here's the quote that I read: that it's an open secret in the industry that after the success of the Smash Ultimate, combined with Nintendo's complete tone deafness towards their audience and player base, which makes sense.
That is 100% true.
The expansion pack for an N64 released on Switch like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's the worst. The graphics are actually worse in games now. And there's like noticeable input lag while you're playing, so you can't even play most of these games. And people spent money on this, and of course Nintendo is always just like, fuck you. We got your money. Give us your memories, you piece of shit.
I saw a whole thing that was like, who can make a better emulator? It's like the literal richest company in Japan, and it was like Nintendo, or it was like a bunch of random dudes making dolphin games.
Yeah, pretty much. Project 64 like has all the games and can upscale them all, and you can just play them on your computer. You don't even need a video card. You just need a good processor. So then a lot of Western studios have begun to capitalize on this opportunity to make their own platform fighter that doesn't treat their player base and competitive players like shit. So
who is this quote coming from?
It's the leaker.
Oh.
He's never going to tell you who he is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because then he ain't getting all the info anymore.
I thought this was an official statement from WB.
Yeah. Listen here, you sons of bitches.
They fucking suck.
So basically, the name of the game is going to be Multiverses, which is just rolls right off the tongue, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Multiverses,
Wonder where they got that one.
It goes along with Facebook Metaverse.
Oh
True.
God, I don't.
We weren't going to talk
let's
about
talk
that.
about let's talk about it real quick.
That's like Meta World
People
Peace.
are so stupid. They think the
Meta
name
World
of the app is changing. It's like, no, the company.
The company
name
is changing. The company that
changing.
owns Facebook and Instagram.
And I saw one tweet that was like, actually, this might work out in our favor. People are like, I can't find my Facebook app. There's just this thing called Meta now. Guess I won't use it.
There we go.
It's like can't spread false information.
Yeah.
So
Get out of here, boomer.
Here are some of the names of characters that were leaked. Batman, obviously. Rick from Rick and Morty. Shaggy, which if he's not the ultimate power in the game, then I don't want to play it. Harry Potter and some friends. You know, I would like to see like Voldemort and stuff like that in there.
Well, the thing that I like,
yeah, you say no to Hagrid.
just body and dudes, beard whip.
God, who is the other one? Gandalf.
There's a ton.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see Batman go toe to toe with
Tom and Jerry,
Mad Max, Fred Flintstone.
Steven Universe,
Mad Max?
Fred Flintstone.
Is it going to be the Tom
Mad
Hardy Mad Max or the
I hope it's the Mel Gibson.
Mel
one.
Gibson Mad Max?
Fred
Australian
Flintstone.
He just throws a bowling ball at you.
Johnny Bravo.
Cool.
Nice.
I
He
think
hits
Burke
on you.
also said Tom and Jerry as well. And so
Bugs Bunny.
some stuff I would like to see. The Honeymooners, straight to the moon.
Actually, just Jackie Gleason
Wild
just
in the
uppercutting
distance.
people. I was reading somewhere today, I haven't confirmed it, but apparently it's now also rumored that LeBron James will be in it from Space Jam and some Game of Thrones characters.
I want to see Tony Soprano in there.
That's what I said. I came up with what he would do in the game. So he can throw pieces of gabagool at you.
There we go. Oh,
He can-
like discs.
Yes, like disc, like ninja stars. He can summon a herd of ducks. He whistles a herd of ducks.
That's a good idea.
And then he can just keep on talking about his issues with his mom until you die.
Right.
That's a good one.
Or just
all
breathe
great.
taunt. I had I actually put down Mad Max because I figured that'd be cool and that wasn't going to be listed. Beetlejuice.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good
that's
too.
good.
Also Superman with mullet.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
They're
go.
gonna do Superman.
It keeps my neck dry whenever
With the
Superman
bulletproof
the
mullet.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
What I want is when Warner Brothers and Discovery officially merge, I want Guy Fieri in that game. I think that'll be cool.
You guys know that's not how you say his name?
Fieri.
Yeti. Okay.
Fieri.
As long as
We
you-
met him this weekend, so
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
he
he was
came
at
to
the
your Halloween party. Yo, you guys, I saw that.
He's a lot smaller.
And I
Scary Fieri.
started cracking up when I saw. I was like, "That's one of the best costumes."
And his hair actually looks more like Ellen DeGeneres than it does Frosted Tips.
right.
You guys didn't watch Saturday Night Live's hilarious skit about Ellen?
No.
Pretty
Sounds
cringe.
really funny.
Yeah.
However, they made Pete Davidson play Jake Paul, and it was it's good.
It's good.
Nice.
Okay.
Good for
check it
Pete
out.
Davidson, man. Still
What?
staying relevant somehow.
He's dating Kim Kardashian
yeah, he's
now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going
No,
out with Kim
really?
K.
Yep.
Yep.
Dude, Pete
Which,
Davidson.
I mean, everybody in Hollywood is apparently going to date Pete Davidson.
I was about to say
That's
Pete
true,
Davidson is like the ultimate rebound guy. Like you want to piss off your ex, date Pete Davidson.
I dated Pete Davidson for a bit.
Yeah,
I remember
I
that.
remember that. Yeah, that's a weird phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you ride that one out. And I'll tell you, it's a little wrong.
It reminds me of that
Picture Pat with like the paparazzi photos of him leaving a nightclub. Pete.
I remember it was like that Family Guy quote that well, some days you ever just wake up and you look at a penis and you go, that's just fine.
That's just all right.
That's just fine.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah, no, and then I woke up from that nightmare.
But-
Anyone else we want to see?
You
I
could
got-
put in like some of the classic monster or like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, but
I
that's
think-
not WB, I don't think.
Are you
I
sure?
want the
Actually, I thought it
Animaniacs.
was.
No,
Oh,
they're
oh,
Yes,
yeah.
that
Give me
would
all
be
three
so
of them.
cool.
Dude,
They're
And you
tech-
switch
they
at
would
them like all the
demolish.
Pokemon.
Yeah, they would demolish.
That's a good idea.
I was going to point out that there is the WB Kids All-Stars Melee, which is
Okay.
essentially, I guess, the same game, or it's, going
Yeah.
to be a lighter version of the game. In that they had Animaniacs, Spyro, and Jackie Chan.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Okay. That's a good one.
Jackie Chan was
Fuck.
from the
From
cartoon
Jackie Chan
series.
Adventures.
Yeah.
Now that
Did they do Rush Hour?
I don't
Is that
know.
WB?
I have no
If
idea.
it is,
But
Can we
the
get-
fact that
Can we
it's-
get Chris Tucker
But also,
too?
Yeah.
it makes
Hold on,
it
let's look this
also
up.
makes sense though that like since since it's WB, they can go to other studios in Hollywood and be like, hey, let's put your characters in this game. You know, like you got one superhero, we got 30. Why don't you just join the roster? You know what I mean? It does make sense though that like Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees could get in these games because like those characters, like Terminator, who's the other one? RoboCop. Those guys are all in Mortal Kombat.
Right.
So they could, and Mortal Kombat,
Nah.
the NetherRealm studio makes
Not
all of
Warner Brothers.
Who is it?
Rush Hour was not Warner Brothers.
Was it New Line?
Yeah, New Line.
Okay. So it makes sense that they could actually get those characters could potentially end like Halloween package or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great DLC.
Yeah,
The
pretty
Halloween DLC.
Yeah. And plus, you know, if the mechanics are like half as good as Brawl, I mean not Brawl Ultimate, then you're in the money.
Yeah.
In the money.
Well,
People just
like,
want the characters.
That's the thing. It's like these games I feel have to like Smash feels fantastic to play. And I feel like a lot of other games that have tried to like make Smash like games just have never got like the actual mechanics and the feel of it down. So I mean, if you can do that and you can have every single character, like why wouldn't it be like the most fun game?
I want LeBron James dunking on Gandalf.
Bro,
That's
do
his
you-
superpower.
Do you know?
That's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
Do you know gamers? They will find something to complain about. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I do it all the time. Okay?
Oh, I know. I was just about to say. I know.
right.
I know.
Okay.
There's always something.
There's
God of War,
they-
universally acclaimed. I didn't like the axe. I didn't like the combat.
Who said that?
I don't know. I bet you did at
Some
some
piece of
point.
shit.
I bet you did at some point.
Maybe when I was getting my ass kicked by the Valkyries and I was throwing my fucking controller across the
Even
room.
that Dr. Disrespect stuff you were talking about right before we went live. I was like, oh no, what'd he do? You're just like, some other YouTuber's really mad at him. I was like, oh my God.
It's YouTube wars.
Yeah. And now he's got all that clout. So
Yeah.
you know,
Good for everybody involved.
yeah.
It hurt no one.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I would play the shit out of this. If it's like I said, if it's anything like Smash or the Nickelodeon game, then I'm cool with it.
What would it come out on?
Probably everything.
Just
Everything,
Just
yeah.
mad
I
release.
really hope it comes out on everything but Switch.
Which will not be able to handle it. They're just gonna like downscale every character to just shitty polygons.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's gonna look like Porygon.
Actually, it's funny that we're talking about this now. So I went to Best Buy today, and they do have.
What's it like in there nowadays?
It's cold.
on in there?
They have PS5s consistently for pickup for online order if you want to get one. And the guy behind the counter told me like getting a Series X is pretty easy now.
A year after the fact?
Yes,
Cool.
exactly.
All right,
Believe it or
sweet.
not.
Sony called Best Buy and told them, yeah, we're going to try and sell it in store retail one time. They had a line around the building, and only half of those people got a console because they didn't have that much. But he was like, yeah, it was crazy, dude. People were having fucking barbecues in the back and everything. He's like, we
Acting
didn't.
like it's a FIFA release.
Pretty much.
What are
And
you
he's
waiting
like,
for?
He's like, and now even like this. Okay, never mind. The Switch OLED, they were like, yeah, we can't even get those in stock, and people are yelling at us to get them so they could buy them. Yeah.
Damn.
He said
Enough,
that
enough.
they get like shipments of GPUs now, but like they'll be gone like that because now you can only buy one per account, so the bots are like pissed off.
Yo,
Fuck them.
People just wait. You just like the games are coming out for everything. Just wait. You just wait.
Yeah, but Guardians of the Galaxy. Yo, I've heard that game is actually really fucking good. I
Yeah.
want to pick it up.
I saw a little bit of gameplay. It actually did look fun.
Yeah.
Or like I like the fact like watching it, it's not difficult to follow that you're literally just playing as one character.
And
you're
you're
just playing
telling
as
the other
Star-Lord and you're
characters
telling
what
the
to do.
other characters
Yeah.
what to do.
I think it's kind of weird though how like you know how like normally like when you have like a game, a third person shooter and you lock on, your guy will like strafe and like, you know, jump to the side and stuff. In this game, since like it's Star-Lord and he's not like a warrior,
Athletic.
he's like yeah, he's like running, and when he runs and like you run away or run to the side, he straight up is just pointing and shooting and running away and looking over his
That's
shoulder.
kind of funny though.
Yeah,
That's kind of
exactly.
funny that
It's
like
he's like a
not,
fucking wimp. You know
he's
what
not
I mean?
looking like John Wick.
I also feel like that would be a great fucking game, a John Wick game.
John Wick part of WB?
Yeah, I was going to say. I
He
think it
is.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, John Wick.
He's
John
got to
Wick,
be in.
yeah.
John Wick versus
And
Gandalf.
the
I just
Matrix.
want to see
The
everybody
Matrix,
against
too.
Gandalf. that's what it is.
But
Oh,
yeah,
you can have Neo up against John Wick.
Did you guys know that
One
before the
Reeve
pandemic
walks
they
out.
were going to do that? In May 2021, John Wick 4 and Matrix 4 were going to release on the same day. People called it Keanu Reeves Day. And then when the pandemic happened, they started, you know, dude, there's a fucking video of Keanu Reeves helping the crew move their stuff
Yeah.
on.
He's a
what
stand-up
He's such a good guy.
fucking saint.
He's such a
all
good
around.
guy.
Could you imagine? Like, it's the bare minimum he does, and people are like, "He's a fucking hero." You know what I mean? It's like
He literally-
he's
Other
just
people would
not a
spit in their
piece of
faces.
shit.
Come on.
Yeah,
Dude, I wouldn't even want to not help them out of being a dick. I just wouldn't want to touch their pelican cases.
other
Right.
people would shoot them on set.
Oh,
Man.
damn.
Did anybody see the videos of him in Vermont? Like
No.
the press harassing him. For whatever reason, I keep getting him.
I
in
imagine
my-
just a getaway, right?
Yeah. He's like in constant communication with the family, but finally, like, he spoke out because like all these fucking morons are like, Alec Baldwin doesn't know a thing about gun safety. The first thing you do is check if it's like that's not his fucking job, bro.
Right.
There's a set like it's like all you're telling me is that you don't know how this is done.
The prop guy checks to make sure there's blanks in there. It's not Alec Baldwin's job to check
I mean,
that.
it's that 24-year-old armorer who was on that set. She had a mishap on the last movie she was on. The only reason she was hired on this movie is nepotism. Her dad is like a legendary armorer in Hollywood. And they took that gun out shooting the week before with live ammunition in
Right.
it. Like,
Jesus.
It's just a leftover bullet.
Just
in the
fucking
brain.
negligence.
Just
It's-
forgot to take it out.
Yeah.
There's always one in the chamber.
And I saw like some of the stills from when they were actually like shooting the scene, no pun intended. And when Alec Baldwin like pulled the trigger and like, you know, she got shot in the chest, the first thing he was like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like that was like that
Right.
like cuz everyone was
Yeah,
caught off
It's
guard.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're in
I'd-
disbelief. Yeah.
I'd probably have the same reaction. What the fuck was that?
I'd
oh
get
my
mad
god.
at you for dying.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Get up. Get up.
Please.
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 Please get up. All right. Anyway, now this terrible bit's over. So we want to talk about our favorite horror games, huh, champions?
Yeah, you want to move on to that?
Yeah,
Do it.
Yeah, it'll be
why
fine.
not?
So basically, Nick's not here, but he made a great point that we've been doing a lot of movie content lately. So we want to talk about video games for a bit. And
We've been doing a lot of movie content, so let's do video game content instead.
Let's talk about religion.
the one show that we did, we talked about politics for like 20 minutes in the beginning. We didn't even have enough time to get through what we actually wanted to talk about. But yeah, so let's talk about some of our favorite horror games. Who would like to go first?
Burke, why don't you start?
Yeah. So I was thinking about this, and I think probably I'm gonna go with Resident Evil 4.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I think this probably, and for GameCube, obviously, this might have been like one of those first games that I had ever played like in this style. I think the only thing probably I played before it was like maybe like a Splinter Cell game, but like that's not even like a horror game. It just has like some kind of creepy elements of it. But I always remember being massively frustrated in this game because you can't move while you're aiming. And that just gave me the most like anxiety I think I've ever felt in a video game.
Why couldn't you move? Was that just because
It's part
they
of the
didn't?
game design.
Oh, okay. Did they just
part of the
not have
mechanic.
that, or that was just?
So the way that Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game of all time. The way that they built that game was like the first 3 Resident Evil games are like still backgrounds with like weird camera angles, and the only thing that's animated are the enemies and your character to save on data for the PlayStation 1. Like that's how far back we're going. And they had these thing called tank controls. So like every direction that you push was like your character didn't like turn or go left. They literally like turn their whole body, and then you had to press forward and they would move.
Okay.
Now, at the time, that was revolutionary. They took that concept.
Revolutionary for sucking.
Sugma.
Well, they were able to make like really complicated and beautiful big scenes.
Yeah.
Because you weren't animating and loading in a bunch of content for the background.
just like
you had
a-
a still
Oh,
flat
okay.
image.
PNG.
But you can look at them and you're like, I don't understand how it was so like
So-
detailed and cool on a PlayStation.
They just took that control scheme, and since they were working with a GameCube now, and that had a lot more, it wasn't like an Xbox or a PS2, but they had a lot more horsepower pretty much. They could render a 3D world in real time, and they moved the camera to over the shoulder. So it was more like an action horror game where now you could run and then you'd have to stop, and the villagers would all, line up, and like you had a laser sight and you can just basically shoot over your shoulder. That game doing that changed action games for the next like 20. The over the shoulder look, Resident Evil 4 was the first game to do that and made that what it is today.
Burke, how old were you when you were playing that?
Yeah, when did that come out?
2003, I think.
2005. Yeah,
Ah, it's
so 13, 12, 13, like at that
Damn.
point where
Yeah.
I
had
was,
it too.
fighting a big ass fish and going up against this dude with a chainsaw and just
Yo, I
a
remember
burlap
the
sack
new
on
fish.
his head.
I remember the
Right.
fish.
So was it actually like a horrifying game? Like it? No.
Well, I don't think so, but he probably has
It's
a
not. I
But
mean,
this
it's not
pussy
like a.
over
It's not
here.
meant to
Yeah,
be like a jump scare game. I'm coming
This
at
guy.
you. It's not meant to be like a jump scare game, but
He's
I
gonna
think
give you his vids.
the way that I mean, I was tiny. And I was the
little
first
guy.
thing I was doing about this kind of stuff. But I think like the whole how it's structured, how the story is done, and how the gameplay all tie together make it very like adrenaline rush feeling. Which I'm gonna attribute to being scared.
Yeah, no, I remember. Do you remember Water Bottle Tyler?
Yes.
I could not afford
That's
new
good.
games, so I rented this game and I had to sleep over at his house that night. Remember when you can take your memory card and shit? Mm-hmm. So I took my memory
The good
card
old
in that
days.
game and I played that game all night with him and another one of my friends. And this was back when like one person played and 2 people watched. So it was one of those. They were playing with like fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever, and I
It's the
played.
good old days.
Oh yeah, I didn't shotgun that game in one night because I don't think it was like that back then.
I
was
took
the
that
beginning
game
of
to
an
the
addiction.
face.
Yeah, I took it right on the chin, right on the chin. But it's a great game. I think it's a lot of people attribute to the perfect blend of horror and action. However, it was a step in the action direction for Resident Evil, and then came 5 and 6, and No one likes to talk
And now
about
we're
6.
at 7, which is pretty
And that's
terrifying.
that.
Back to horror.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, what's up?
Resident Evil 7 was the first Resident Evil game I played. I don't know how I got through that whole thing because it's very long.
Yeah, I've seen just a few bits, but
Okay.
I've seen the baby. That's
so-
all I need to know.
No, that's 8.
That's 8.
That's 8.
That's
That was the
Oh,
latest one that
okay,
came
right,
out. No,
right.
Matt
Oh
now is
my
playing
God.
7. He's
The
playing 7.
Baby.
Yeah.
I
The baby.
forgot
Okay.
about the baby.
So I saw
The
the beginning
baby.
of 7, and I saw the baby in 8.
So the cool
That's enough.
That's
So
enough.
the cool part
That's all
about
you
8
need.
is that even though it's a direct sequel to 7, it's a spiritual successor to 4. So that's why they turned up the action. It's in some godforsaken village in Eastern
Okay,
Europe.
cool.
It's more like supernatural than it is like bioengineering, like chemical weapons and stuff. So when the fucking baby showed up, I was like, this. Like I was literally shitting my pants. I was
like
on
the
stream
baby.
that night.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
so,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's
I
literally
was watching that.
you see the baby and then you're just like and
The
you're just like
sound-
running away. What is
the
this?
Sound,
What the hell?
The sound it made was horrible. Yeah. Like
Oh, that one. I thought you meant like
Yeah.
gross. Like,
no.
what?
No, not that
Yeah,
one.
that one. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but that mouth is totally a vagina. Absolutely.
Oh.
What did it come out of?
Oh, no, the
Came
mouth on the big baby thing.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Did it reverse implode or
It's
something?
like a chicken and the egg situation.
Which came first?
Which came first?
It's like when you turn your pillowcase inside out, you know, get the cool side. Yeah, no,
Definitely.
no, Resident Evil 7 though, Jess, have you finished it?
Yeah.
I think the first half of that game is absolutely terrifying.
Yes.
And then as soon as you get probably like, I want to say like the 50-60% mark where they start throwing you a little bit more ammo, and then like you get to the boat scene where like you start playing as like a different character, and like it steps up that action bit a little bit more to tie in the ending. A lot of people have that issue with that game where it's like the fucking opening is absolutely horrifying, and then the last couple hours are pretty. I remember that was the first Resident Evil game that I got that I didn't finish until a year later.
Because you couldn't.
I could not.
Yeah, no, it looks horrifying. Like
But
when,
now I can play that game no problem.
like when you're running.
Just to clarify,
I'm
okay?
scared.
All right, I'm not scared.
Just leave the lights on.
Yeah, I had a Bible with me.
Peter,
It's
turn
fine.
the light off. I can't. It's witches. All right, so who wants to go next? Burkus, good choice.
Thank you.
I'll just mention just a couple real quick. The ones that shaped future fears to come. Area 51. Grew up playing that.
Oh, like
That
Okay.
was my first, I think, shooter too.
Got
That's
it.
like Time Crisis or something.
wait,
Yeah.
the one for like PlayStation back in the day?
Oh,
No,
the
I'm
one
talking
in,
about the
like,
arcade.
movie
Oh, the
theaters,
arcade
like-
one. Right,
movie
got it.
theaters,
Okay.
yeah. Paying quarters just to play it.
Like House of the Undead.
Yeah.
House of the Dead. House of the Dead.
You got it.
Yeah. And then Manhunt too. I remember for PlayStation.
Yo, I have
watching somebody play that when I was like 10 years old. Terrifying.
That was horrifying. That was a horrifying
Manhunt.
game.
I have a physical copy of Manhunt for Xbox in my office.
Even just
I
the
found it
cover
other
of the
day.
game.
Yeah, it's fucking horrifying. They got sued by New Line Cinema because it looked too much like Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the premise of that game? I don't even remember.
They capture
It's like a prison break.
yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
like a prison type of thing, and it's a live streamed like on the internet dark web game show where you play as a character that has to kill his way out of this prison, and it's like killing people, like the most gruesome way to kill people, like bats. You can fucking put a plastic bag over their head and drag them down,
Yeah,
and like
hide in the shadows the whole time. Too.
Okay.
when you execute someone too, it like cuts to like grainy like live stream type of stuff from like
Oh.
2007.
It's like a quick cutscene
yeah.
or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Fuck.
weird.
Yeah, it's totally fucked.
And then most recently, just Doom. You know.
You think that's a horror game?
That's
I
interesting.
was thinking about that because
Your mouth opened and he went.
I see where he's coming from.
yeah.
Though.
But definitely, I'd say right now, if Doom falls underneath the premise of horror game, that's my number one.
Okay.
And I also have the video clip too
Okay, I'll pull it up.
of what it's like if I get in the zone playing Doom.
Right.
I remember when Doom first came out, I was playing it, and I think I was in Discord with Matt, and I heard you going, Pat's still playing that game? How is he still playing that game? 6 months later, this guy's like, I can't put it down.
I beat it pretty quickly though too.
Yeah, that's what Joe looked like every night for a straight 3 weeks.
What are you playing?
That's me
my
in the
God.
zone.
What are you playing right now?
It's got to be Capcom versus Marvel, I think, or something.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, Tetris.
Do you guys remember when
Galaga.
we went to Barcade and I put the $20 bill in the fucking quarter
It didn't
machine?
stop.
Danny just goes, "That's a lot of quarters." So it's like, I know.
I'm gonna say it. That's a lot of
That's
quarters.
a lot of quarters. And like, I had my 2 pockets in my hoodie just shaking with change. I was giving out tokens to girls.
Did we
Like, hey,
beat
ladies,
the,
this game's on me.
Did we beat The Simpsons that night, though?
We did. We beat
Yeah,
Simpsons.
Simpsons.
I
Paid
beat
off.
Star Wars. There was not a game we played that
That's
night
true.
that we couldn't beat based upon
Based
how
on
much money
$20.
I spent.
We bought victories that night.
Yeah, heard you. And we do that even just the other day when we were like, we'll get to it in the next segment, but like Halloween Horror Nights, when we were waiting for the houses to open up, I went into the arcade and I spent $20 on a card there,
Yes,
just
you
fucking
did.
and
You're
plowed
an
through
adult.
Jurassic Park. Okay, wait, okay, so you're good?
Yeah.
Okay. You got
All
nothing else to say about Doom? Nothing
It's the best game ever. It's still my number one. Everything is compares to it. I put Resident Evil, Last of Us, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. It's funny. I was actually thinking of choosing House of the Dead. I was thinking about choosing it, but instead, I didn't really play too many horror games like growing up, or too many horror games in general. But I have played Half-Life 2, and Half-Life 2 has a level that's called We Don't Go to Ravenholm. And it's called that because it is. So Half-Life 2 is an action game. It's an action game that's really dark. It's kind of eerie. But all of a sudden, you just walk by with Alex, like your partner in the game. You just walk by, and all of a sudden, there's just this blocked off door. And she was like, "Oh, that's Ravenholm. We don't go to Ravenholm." And then all of a sudden, guess what? You got to go to Ravenholm.
Yeah.
That is one of the most horrifying levels of video games I have ever played. Primarily because it was like Valve was genius in the fact that they put this horror level in the middle of an action game, so it is completely unexpected.
Right.
You just get dropped in, and then all of a sudden the music stops, and you just hear. And what they did was it was really a masterclass on making horror because
Right.
it was just nonstop sounds of zombies running around you, but you don't always see them.
Right.
So you're just constantly turning around because you're hearing zombies coming, but they're not actually coming for you. And then they also make like a survivor element where the ammunition, you just came off of like a really high gun shooting moment. So you're very low on ammunition, and this level does not give you a lot of ammunition.
Okay.
So you have to reserve your bullets, and you have to use traps that this crazy Russian dude that's in the town has laid out for you.
Okay, nice.
So you're basically utilizing his traps in order to kill the zombies. And then when you get halfway through, the guy throws you a shotgun. And by the way, he's a priest that you then hear praying and yelling at you the entire time. So you just hear this crazy Russian priest saying, "Follow the light of the Lord," as you're just trying to gun your way through. And then you get a shotgun. And then that's when all of a sudden
It ain't even close.
Oh,
Man.
we get weed.
We keeping the weed.
We keeping
We
weed,
keeping
everybody.
weed, ladies
We
and
keeping
gentlemen.
weed.
We keeping weed.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
Sorry to cut you off, but
No, that's important. But yeah, so like you don't have many bullets, and then all of a sudden when you finally get a shotgun, it's the first time you get a shotgun in the game. That's when the zombies start running. And that's when you get zombies, and you're in a building like waiting. There's multiple times where you have to wait for elevators, and you're waiting in this dark, weird room, and you just hear.
oh no.
It sounds like a choo-choo. But it's just like these pipes that are rattling outside that the zombies are now climbing up and dropping from the roof as you're waiting for this
Fuck
elevator.
that.
My
It's
God.
hard. I'm kind of upset I didn't bring any videos or clips or
It
anything
reminds
of
me
it.
of the scene from. Have you guys ever seen Aliens?
Yeah.
Where they're like the
They're
big
like climbing
attack.
up the wall.
Yeah, they're like, Jesus, they're in the fucking room. He's like, I don't
Yeah.
see them. And then they check the vents, and they're all in there.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say this sounds like the tunnel scene in Willy Wonka. It's sort of like out
exactly
of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yeah, and that's
All
what.
right, cool.
Yeah, which like if you played Ravenholm,
All right.
okay. If you played Ravenholm by itself, knowing that you were going to get a horror game, you might not be too scared by this. But it's the fact that you were just thrusted into a game where there was some zombies. You maybe killed one or two along the way, but now all of a sudden it's an infestation. And
they're everywhere.
They're literally everywhere. Every corner there's a zombie. And then there's some that are only recently turned. So there's moments where you have to like light them on fire. You can still hear the people screaming because they're not fully zombies yet. And you just hear them, oh no! Oh my God! They're not me. Oh my God!
Like I say when I play Chivalry and I use the fucking oil bomb or whatever. There's nothing like the sound of a man being cooked.
But yeah. So again, it's not a horror game, but it is. They did a great job making like a horror mini game within this action game. It was terrifying.
All right,
I think
interesting. This is like when Jer brought Frasier to the Christmas episode. Do you remember?
It's pretty spot on.
Frasier.
Everything Dan said is valid.
Oh yeah,
unlike Frasier.
Yeah.
Frasier.
I remember he said it. We all cracked up.
What was our favorite Halloween special or something? Or
what was our favorite Christmas
Holiday,
holiday special? It was like, oh, the episode of Frasier when.
Oh baby, I hear the blues are calling.
All right, Jess,
Frasier.
you got one for us?
Yeah, I have some, surprisingly. But you know,
Don't sell yourself short.
But of course, I I have to be that bitch and say that I
that bitch?
mostly like I don't really play a lot of horror games. I watch them on YouTube, but it's mostly like indie games, like horror indie games. I mean, like Resident Evil is the only big horror game that I've ever played, but there's a couple of developers.
It's funny that she
really
can't
like.
turn her neck.
Is it funny?
Yeah.
Like when you go to look at your iPad, like Michael Keaton in Batman.
Where's the danger?
There's just so many layers.
I
to
am.
this costume.
I am the danger. Just don't come behind me.
There's a couple of developers that are doing some cool stuff. One of them is Chilla's Art. I think it's like Japanese based. Most of their games are like kind of Japanese, and they have like this VHS kind of looking aesthetic to it. But they have a bunch of different games. Their latest one, is called like The Night Way Home or something. There's another one called Caregiver, where you're playing as like you're taking care of this old person and you're like in their house and all this weird
That
shit
does sound
happens.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Oh no, Sponge Bath.
Another good indie horror developer is Puppet Combo. They make some really fucked up shit. There's this one game called Murder House where there's you're playing as like a news team, like a reporting team, and you go to this house where
With the Easter Bunny.
Yes.
The killer
Yes,
bunny.
when you
That
get
one.
into like that last level where you're in like the secret areas and you see like these kids skeletons and shit, and then like whips and everything. It's
And the walls are like really like deformed. Like the walls aren't straight, so like you're walking kind of like this.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
And
And
then,
again,
like-
it's a guy in a big bunny
yeah,
costume.
and then he just like shows up in this bunny suit. Like, oh my god, it's so.
For indie horror games, you should check out Poppy's Playtime.
I was gonna mention that actually. I saw that on YouTube recently. It's been making the rounds. Like everyone's
It's only
playing it now.
$5 too, so I think I might pick it up and play it.
Yeah, because
I've seen some.
It's
That
the first
looks
chapter.
weird. Looks really
fucking-
weird.
Yes, yeah, it's really really scary.
Horrifying. Hold on.
Like you go to this abandoned
Gameplay.
toy factory and there's different chapters, so I guess they're like covering the different toys or
Like,
whatever.
Just
Are you
look
pulling it up?
at the
Those are all
fucking.
great concepts.
Just
The
look
News Crew.
at the fucking. Wait, where's the? Yeah, right here. Look at the fucking.
Scroll up.
Oh
Yeah.
no, thank you.
So that guy is like
Chasing you.
crawling through a tunnel behind you, like an air vent tunnel.
Looks like a Muppet.
It's cracked out Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really scary. But that's only the first chapter, and then like at the end of the
Fucking Photoshop.
this one, you like meet the next toy.
Not a
It's
sponsor.
like this doll, that Poppy, the doll. So I guess the next chapter is gonna be her.
So yeah.
I love that already.
Oh my
God,
it's
yeah,
worse than I
Oh my
thought.
god.
Yeah.
Worse.
There's so
guy's
many
like,
I love
fuck this.
compilations of YouTubers reacting to that moment.
This guy is also hysterical. I forget what his name is, but he reacts a lot to horror games. He's hysterical.
Yeah.
That one has been making the rounds recently.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm good.
That's what disturbs me the most.
Yeah.
Is the hand.
Oh wait, just look. Hold on.
But that mechanic is
Look at
also
look
really
at the mechanic
cool.
that he's using.
It's like a portal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thing.
that's like one of the kind of toys that they made at the factory, and you find it, and then you have to find the other hand, and then you eventually are able to
Puppy,
like unlock
no.
more things because you have both hands.
Oh no, puppy.
Oh no,
Yeah.
papi,
Ay,
no.
Dios mío, papi.
Dios mío. Oh no.
Playtime?
Is it time for playtime with Papi?
No playtime, papi.
No lemon pledge.
Yeah, that's a
Anyway.
good one.
All right. Anything else? You good? Are you done yet? No.
God damn it.
Jesus.
God damn it.
I mean, that's
He's like, I
that's-
can keep going.
That was like kind of it. I mean, there's this other game, Little Nightmares. There's
Oh, I've
I
played
One
that.
told
and
you
two.
guys
Yeah, what
that
was
we
that?
should play that. Little Nightmares
one
is a like a two
is
and a half
creepy.
D. A two and a
She's a creepy one.
What was the one that we played after dawn?
Until Dawn.
with Rami Malek.
Right.
Because that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah, yeah.
heroes are made of. Yeah,
game's
we
stupid as
played
hell.
we played that game over 2 nights at my house, and we did one run through of it. And when the Wendigos just dismembered everyone, we were like, "All right,
We were done in 6 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
all right, we never have to play this again.
They're all dead.
Is that the one where you have to like choose who dies? Or
Yeah.
is that,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I have played that
Where
actually.
Rami Malek is getting buzzsawed in half. Yeah.
Just look
Right,
at you
right,
from all
right.
angles.
Yeah,
And
I remember
Hayden Panettiere gets eaten by a
that.
Wendigo.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Interesting.
It's an interesting game. I like it. All right, everybody went. Is it my turn?
Your turn.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, I realized through this, I actually don't play that many horror games. You know, I play the big ones. Like I played the
You bussy,
first,
bro.
I played. Shut the fuck up. I played the first Outlast. Obviously, I've
That's
played,
terrifying.
I've played
The
one
Ding
of
Dong
the.
Twins.
I played one of the. I played one of the Amnesia games, the Fatal Frame games. I've played the worst Silent Hill, not even one of the good ones. But basically, I just kept coming back to Resident Evil. So it's like, which one? And the only Resident Evil that I've truly been holy shit scared of the entire time was the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Was that the one with Mr. X
Yes.
where you're walking with
Yep.
in the police station?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So, just a quick history lesson. They remade, obviously, Resident Evil 1 came out, and they remade it for the GameCube, and it's even on Steam now. Like, you can pick that game up in full HD. And they remade that game, and people were begging for them to remake 2 for, like, fucking over 20 years. So, finally, they remade the game, except they remade it in the RE engine that they used for Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8.
Mhm.
And what they did was they took the control scheme and the camera angles from Resident Evil 4. So it's styled like an action game, but it is scary as shit. Like, they give you minimal ammo the entire time. Everything is long, dark corridors. As a matter of fact, one of the first like sections of the game is like when you get to the police station, right? If you're playing as Leon, that is. When you go down the hallway, it's just this dark fucking hallway, you know, drip, drop, like there's a bunch of leaks
Drip,
and everything.
Drip.
Full drizzle. And I remember like Leon just pulls, he takes out his gun and he like holds up his flashlight. And I said to myself, I was like, all right, you can do this. And like went through, and then Leon actually was like, you can do this, like out loud. I was like, damn, all right, we're in the same mindset. This is the game where they made zombies unrealistically strong. Like, you can shoot them in the head and they will get back up. Like, it's not a one-hit KO. Your shots have to count because like they don't give you a lot of ammo. So if I have 3 bullets, you can go for the head, but there's no guarantee you can kill him. But I can shoot him in the knee and I can put him on the floor and then run around him.
So
You
the
know what
whole
I mean?
point is
Right.
you don't kill them. You're just trying to get away from them.
Oh no, you can start killing them after that. Like, you know, like eventually, you know, you build up but that's the thing is like these Resident Evil games, they have adaptive difficulty. So you start building up a stock of ammo, they're gonna start throwing more zombies at you.
It's gonna get a little harder. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
Oh,
get-
okay.
It's gonna get a little bit more difficult.
And then Thomas the
is
Tank
a-
Engine
this
comes
is the
out of
one, too,
nowhere.
where it's like if you had to save with this one too, that's you needed like the ink ribbons, right?
No. They got rid of that because nobody liked that. That sucked ass. No, absolutely.
That was on the original game.
I don't like the
Yes.
sound of that.
The original
Ink
3
ribbons?
games, you had to carry ink ribbons with you, 2 typewriters to save your progress, and if you didn't, fuck you, figure it out.
That was like Alien Isolation had that too, where it wasn't ink ribbons. It was more like there were only certain save spots.
I only have all the 8 gigabyte like flash drives. What the fuck am I supposed to do? But yeah, it's one of those games where like there's a slow build too. Like everything always gets progressively bigger. Like so, the first section of the game, you're in the streets of Raccoon City while it's raining out and like this big truck exploded. And
I'm
it's
sorry,
like,
was Raccoon City a joke?
Raccoon City
No,
is the
that's
name
the
of
name.
it.
It's Raccoon City.
Yes.
Like trash pandas.
Yes.
Raccoon City.
Because they're terrifying.
Because they are.
You got something
Just
to
look
say?
at them. Just look at
You
them.
got something to say?
We want your trash.
Give us your trash. The pacing's, like I was saying, the pacing's awesome. So the first section is in the what is it called? In the police station, right? So you get to because the whole game takes place on the guy's first day of work as a cop. Like he rolls into town and
All
hell,
eager-eyed.
yeah, pretty much all hell breaks loose. So you're at the police station. You got to figure out your way like through the police station, unlocking doors, solving puzzles, all while this new element they introduced in the remake was Mr. X is this. He's called a tyrant in the lore of the game, but his AI is just wandering around the joint and coming to find you to fuck you up. If you shoot a gun, his AI will hear that and will start making his way towards you.
How big is the map? Like, is it?
It's pretty sizable. You know, it's 3
Okay.
different floors. It's got 2 separate wings, that type of deal. But it's all like intricate paths that you got to memorize to figure out how to get in and out. They updated the map so like if you fully searched a room, the room will appear on the map as blue. If you haven't been there yet, it's red, and then like it shows you where items are, so you're not always constantly picking things up and putting them down and stuff like that. You know, quality of life improvements over the original.
Sanity improvements.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
had to run back to the chest and grab your items and then run away. And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
If you didn't take ammo, you're screwed.
But there's also
Don't forget
some
your
sections.
ribbons.
There's also some sections of it where like you pick up an item that you desperately needed, and as you turn around, fucking Mr. X just walks in the room, and like it's like you, and in between him is like a table. So like you gotta like
Right.
train him
Chase.
around to get out.
Oh, he doesn't just throw the table
There's
up.
no.
What is Mr. X though? That's what I don't get. What
I
is
think
he?
his thing is like the tyrant. He's a like the whole Resident Evil lore is not based around like supernatural elements. It's based around biological warfare. So this corporation Umbrella created this virus called this. I think in this one was the G virus. There's other viruses like the T virus and stuff that they use, but like originally
sounds sexy.
it started in a lab that was underneath like the CEO's house. And then it broke out and like infected the water supply and like dogs of like this.
Just dogs.
Just dogs. It's targeted at dogs.
And then it spread and,
Not raccoons, though.
was like a pandemic in Raccoon
because
City.
raccoons are taking over.
And they also use this virus to mutate like sharks and alligators. and
Oh
other
my god,
shit.
we got sharks
Yeah.
now.
You got undead megalodon.
And then the tyrant was, it's like one of those things that they made. Like Nemesis is another, like he's another tyrant, like another tyrant variant type of thing.
Okay.
So they made all of these different biological weapons that
With all
like,
these
they
animals,
use to
why
come
haven't
after
they
you.
made a Resident Evil zoo game? Because that sounds fun as hell.
Well,
or you're
it's
just
funny you
going through a
mention
zoo.
that because in Resident Evil Outbreak, which is like a side game, like from the main games, it was actually the first online Resident Evil game where like you all get together and play through a scenario. One of them was at a zoo and there was a zombie elephant.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, and that motherfucker was hard to take down. But yeah, no. Like I said, Resident Evil 2 is the first one that I was like, holy shit, the whole way through. Even though I was like, all right, cool, we're done with the police station. Now I'm in a fucking sewer system though. Awesome. And like there's these weird creatures that come out in the sewers that come after you. Once you're done with the sewers, you're like, awesome, I'm out of the sewers. Now I'm in their fucking lab, which has all sorts of fucked up creatures in there. Like the last mission involves, the last boss fight is like fighting Mr. X in like his most evil form. This isn't even my final form. That type of shit. And it's like
Does he become purple?
Yeah,
that's when he turns into Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, it's like, and it's pretty much like a fuck you. Go in there with whatever ammo you have. Maybe you'll make it out. Maybe not. I got my ass kicked a lot playing that game. It's the first game to really fuck me up in a while. But then
how long did it take you to play that one?
Well, there's 2 different campaigns. Like there's 2 campaigns for 2 different characters. So there's like Claire has Claire has run A and run B, and Leon has run A and run B, or second run, whatever they call it. So altogether, it comes out to like 20 hours. Okay. And then there's like a 4th survivor mode, and then there's DLC. And then eventually they released an update that costs $3, and you get all of like the high-powered weapons with unlimited ammo. So I bought that, and then I ran through it again and just fucked people up with a minigun. And
the funniest is seeing like when you pull out a bazooka right at Mr. X's face, and you see him like turn around. Those are just the clips that I see where he just walking up to you, bazooka to the face. He's like, oh, nope, sorry, have a good day. Yeah. He just whips right around, and I'm out.
And I'm out. Yeah, no, it's definitely one of my favorite horror games for sure. And like, I liked the sequel, Resident Evil 3. It was okay, and it wasn't anything special. Like, that game was one of those games where it was 4 hours to get through, and it was still a full price game.
That's lame.
Yeah, criminally short.
That's really lame.
Criminally short. I'm trying to think of but yeah, no, and then like the other one was like Resident Evil 8 and 7, but like I said, 7's not really scary. At least I don't think so towards the last half, and 8 was like, did they even try?
8 had Dami Mommy.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't forget that.
8 has a section
Step on me.
Where it's the most
it's a new genre of games right there.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
S&M horror.
8 had a section where it's the most action the game has ever been when you're playing as Chris and you're just throwing grenades at werewolves and shit. But then it also had literally the most horrifying section, which was the baby section.
The baby. I can still picture that thing.
The baby?
That
the
was
baby.
A cool level. That
The
whole level
baby.
was really cool.
What, the dollhouse one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like how they break out that game in like 4 different sections. It's like, Step on Me, the dollhouse.
Step on me.
What comes after? The weird
The
fish
fish
guy.
Fish guy.
Who talks like this. And
That's how I'd imagine a fish guy to take. Yeah.
He like simps Mother Miranda.
Yes, he does.
Damn.
And then who's the last?
Is that Dami Mommy?
No.
No.
Oh.
No, that's different.
So it's just like 7 though, with like the family in place of the family.
Yeah,
Kind of. I mean, it's a good system. You know what I mean? I like the way that it kind of works out. How it's like they section off every boss has a different like a different section of the map that you have to fuck up.
But you didn't like it?
What, 8?
8?
No, I think 8's great. I think 8 is the best Resident Evil since 4.
Oh, I thought you said 8 they didn't even try.
I meant horror. They didn't even try.
Oh, okay.
Because like the opening,
they just made an action puzzle game.
Yeah, the opening section is kind of scary, and you get your hand bit off by or you get your fingers bit off by one of the lichens, and then after that section, it's pretty much an action game, and then the baby scene happens. It's like, what the fuck? We were having a good time.
Come on,
what
man.
What the fuck happened?
You can't just drop this shit on me.
And then it went back
this
to
baby shit.
Yeah, action horror. I'm trying to think. Who's the last one before Mother Miranda? Oh, Heisenberg. Yeah.
The gearhead guy.
Yeah. He has telepathy or some weird shit. I don't know. They give you that cool fucking
Magneto
driving thing that's like
or something.
half a chainsaw, half a gun. What'd you say?
You could read backwards.
Yeah, sure. That's his gig.
Scary.
It's like Da Vinci.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't like it.
Da Vinci. Turns out Da Vinci is the villain. But yeah, so those are some of our favorite games. We all went, right? I'm not forgetting anyone.
Yeah.
No.
What is the Da Vinci Code? I haven't seen that.
I
movie.
literally just watched a video on it.
Yeah.
It's just
What is it?
Isn't it like a lost verse of the Bible or something like that? Like that's what they're trying to find.
Basically, Jesus fucks hoes is what they figured out in that movie. That
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
We skip his entire adolescence.
that's true.
Come on.
Like he was definitely fingering bitches. Come on, he was doing something.
You heard it here.
He was
everyone.
finger banging. Come on. Apparently, Jesus did have a brother, though.
Yo, Jesus went knuckle deep.
He's a kid, does some stuff, then gets crucified. He did something to get crucified.
Because he didn't start his missionary. His
you
preaching.
fingering again?
Yeah,
Figure the whole town.
Yo, come on.
All of Jerusalem.
There's people walking by. Oh, Jesus, get out of there! Come on.
We're pissing
Son of
off
God
Satan.
over here. It's like the boss's son, you know?
Yeah, go tell your dad. I don't give a shit.
Jerk.
Burke, how you feeling about that?
I think it's hysterical. I love this remake, like a little pissant kind of like Jesus Christ running around.
I need my all
They're like, you know what? We're gonna crucify that kid.
Of the Da Vinci.
Okay, let me
Code.
ask. You might not have seen the Da Vinci Code, but have you guys heard of the prequel, Angels and Demons?
That I've seen.
Yes.
I have seen that.
That movie's actually, I mean, it's pretty bad, but it has an interesting concept. I do like.
I forget because I remember the killer was going around killing cardinals.
Yeah, who were supposed to be the Pope.
Right.
And he
So it was
blamed
always
it-
killing the next pope.
And he blamed it on the Illuminati, and he left all these clues, and Chet Hanks Sr. was like, "Oh, the Illuminati, they're real."
Chet Hanks Sr.
and
Really talented.
and then I remember the twist is Stellan Skarsgård is just like, yeah, the Illuminati's not real. It's just this guy who's killing everyone.
It's just this guy. It's just a Skarsgård.
Ewan McGregor was playing the guy who was killing all the other cardinals
Because he wanted to be next in line.
he wanted to be next in
Right,
line.
okay. For
But
some reason I knew
dude,
that now.
the fucking end of that movie where Ewan McGregor pours the oil on himself and sets himself on
Yeah, that was
fire
wild.
was fucking crazy.
Because the way that he kills these dudes is brutal.
Well, he does it like earth,
Wind, fire. I think he drowns one of them. So
So he just
there's
plays
water.
the music of Earth, Wind, and Fire. They're like,
Do
"Please
you
turn it
remember?
on." And there's some discrepancies in the book. Like in the book, the actual killer that's doing the killers, he was a jihadist that the whatever hired, and he had a religious purpose in killing people. Whereas this one, he's just like, yeah, I'm a hitman.
I'm a guy.
Yeah, I'm a guy who
Just some
kills
guy.
people for
Yeah.
money.
Yeah,
I never watched them. I just thought they were adult national treasures, to be honest.
I guess.
That's not a bad way to put it, but I still think National Treasure's better.
They're way better. Way better than this. That's not a bad way to think of it. National treasure for priests.
Yeah.
Not
Because priests don't believe in the Declaration of Independence.
You boys want to help me find this treasure?
We gotta save the Pope.
I gotta steal the Pope.
I'm going to steal the tabernacle in the Vatican.
We'll find the Dead Sea Scrolls.
And then steal them.
I'm going to exhume Jesus' tomb. Just cuts. It's a
He
big
ain't there.
boulder.
Oh my god.
All right.
He's not in here.
He's definitely dead.
Huh. Who knew? All right. So let's move on. So next thing is that we want to talk about, because, festive. We want to talk about some of our, I guess, favorite Halloween experiences overall. I also kind of want to intertwine that with Halloween Horror Nights because, as you guys know, I just got back from
Oh, we haven't gotten to that yet.
Universal
Why don't you just
Studios.
dive in?
You want to
Just dive in.
Just dive right
Just
in.
dive in.
All right, so this motherfucker now. All right, so I'll just get started. So Halloween Horror Nights, I've always wanted to go. I remember the first time I even heard about it. I was in Universal as a kid and was like, "What the fuck is this?" And basically, what they do is they turn the entire park into Halloween Town, and that's not a joke. All the lights change, all the music change. The soundtrack that they were playing was like demos off of a heavy metal kid's laptop. To the point where we'd be standing in line and Liz was like, "Do you know this song?" I was like, "No, I'm just writing melodies right now on the spot."
I thought you were gonna say it's just Monster Mash, nonstop.
This is my hard drive, yeah.
How many times are they gonna play Scary Spooky Skeletons? So when we went, I didn't, like I said, I did not look anything up before we went. I just wanted to go in fresh set of eyes. Pretty much how it works is if you have a day pass to the actual park and you have a ticket for Halloween Horror Nights, when they're kicking all the Harry Potter weebs out that don't want to do Halloween Horror Nights, You can
mowing the lawn.
I think so.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Is that your plumber?
Sounds like
Oh,
it's
that's a
working
helicopter.
again.
You can yeah.
Jess,
that
can
does
we do
sound-
something about that?
Can we move?
Yeah, can we
They
can
heard
we
you
take
guys,
care of that?
talking shit about Jesus. They're gonna take you out.
That's true. Yeah.
Coming at us.
That's
The
Chet
Pope-
Hanks
the
Senior
Pope's
coming
here.
for us.
The Pope copter has just landed.
I heard you were talking shit.
Talking mad shit.
So, pretty much, what? That was the Pope for Halloween.
Hey, pasta.
He's
Talking
Italian.
shit, huh?
What's up, putas? He speaks Spanish too.
You're not
My
the
boy
Pope.
Jesus.
I am to you, cuz.
Cuh. That's a hard hitting cuh.
Oh shit. So basically, these houses, right? They have an area where you can
It's
scan.
definitely
in-
Ratzinger we were just doing there too.
What was that?
Pope Ratzinger. That's definitely how he talks.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
But basically, we went into this area that they block off. So if you have both tickets, you can just stay in the park. You don't have to leave. So they scanned us in, and I didn't even know what. Like, I was like, where do we go for like to line up for the haunted houses, right? And the one guy just tells me, oh, just go around that block, and you'll see 2 lines. Just pick one of them. I was like, okay. So it turns out the line that I was standing in was for.
Where are we going with the story?
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
One goes to
I
a
didn't-
ride,
I
the other
didn't-
goes to a good time.
I didn't know what I was standing in for until the guy one of the guys who
It
has
was
a
a
big.
Planned Parenthood. Believe that shit.
Jesus Christ.
That's bad. Even worse, it was a Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Okay.
which I didn't even know was a haunted house that year. And like these fucking haunted houses are not they're in Universal, but we easily walked a mile from where I was to when they started letting people into the house, because like you had to walk through the Jimmy Fallon ride, which who the fuck even knew there was a Jimmy Fallon ride?
Jimmy Fallon
Fuck
ride.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just him
So-
laughing the whole time.
Do you just like get taken out backstage and do coke, and that's like the Jimmy Fallon ride?
And
So,
you lose a finger.
We walked through all.
Talk over everyone.
Practice the interviews before the actual interviews take place. So we walk through that thing. They take us out the back of the Jimmy Fallon ride and out to an actual sound stage where they've built this one haunted house. So I have some footage. Now, the way that these haunted houses are structured, it's not like, oh, how many are in your group? 2? Okay, give it a couple minutes. It's like there's thousands of people. So they're just like single file line. Everybody just go through.
That kind of ruins it. Because
Well-
you're not like by yourself as you're walking through. You're
Right.
just
Get scared and get out.
Right, pretty much. But I don't know if
Are
it
you
was
scared
I don't
yet?
know if it was for COVID, but I now think, because I've looked at some videos from like 2019, that it's more like for actor safety. Where the scare zones are, where they actually jump out at you, there's plexiglass in front of them. So this way no one gets like scared and
Punched.
punches someone.
it's soundproof though, so you can't hear him
everyone-
yelling at you.
Everyone who was not behind plexiglass was wearing a mask though. And since these motherfuckers can get so dark at some points, at every turn there's like a hi, my name is Alex, with a fucking a flashlight to direct you where you gotta go. As a matter of fact, one of the times I actually got the shit scared out of me was because after like our 3rd haunted house, I started picking out like, all right, they're gonna jump out there, like, because I could see the plexiglass. A door opened up where there was no plexiglass, and someone walked in. I was like, motherfucker, right? It was a worker like coming back from
Wrong
their
way, sir.
piss break
Hey man,
to direct people. So here
you
I
want to see
have
something scary?
I have
This is where I use the bathroom.
This is our shitter. So I have this video. So this is of the Texas Chainsaw one, which we've covered Texas Chainsaw Massacre on this show before. This haunted house is like straight up stepping into the fucking movie. They recreate entire scenes from the movie.
Is this?
And it's like,
Oh, this isn't your video.
no. This is like
Like, damn, you shot in
professional
4K?
Hollywood like special effects
M.
we're
Night
talking about.
Shyamalan.
Yeah.
This is her wood. Oh my god.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh my god.
So I'll try and
It's like we're really in Texas right now.
Y'all.
try and so like this is like the part where they're like cooking people and shit, and like Why is this guy filming this like shit right now?
Yeah. Like he's
Probably because he's not allowed to be filming in there.
Yeah.
Well, that was see, like the actors don't
damn.
really.
See the actor. Hey, turn that off.
Hey.
Well, that was the other thing
chainsaw
too.
to the phone.
I saw people walking through the haunted house like this with their like video on. And it's just like
FaceTiming.
Why do you want to
I
ruin
could
this?
see that,
Why do you want
yeah.
to ruin this for yourself? Like live in the moment.
Just
Have
be
a good
here.
time. Yeah, be present.
Be
pretty
present.
much. And like I tried to get a picture of one of the Beetlejuices, and all right, so this part right here, they fucking have the Leatherface guy at the window, like running a chainsaw up against it.
That's cool.
right to
That's
scare
pretty-
you.
that's pretty cool.
But when you back away, it's because there's a jump scare to the left
Oh, cool.
of Chop Top, his dad. So this is the foyer straight out of the movie.
great, yeah.
So like he comes out in here and
Damn.
like straight up. There's the staircase, and like you walk into the red room with all of the fucking.
That's awesome.
So then like you go into the basement, right? And like obviously there's a motherfucker, like poor animatronic. So then like you have like this. I think this is the scene where the guy is cooking stuff. But yeah, so pretty much anywhere where the actors were in close quarters with
He's whipping up crack.
Oh, watch this. This is good. This guy is hiding right behind the. One of them. They hide in the corners and stuff. But you see to the left. You see the reflection right here. It's because there's a piece of plastic.
See that's a UFO.
We are not alone. See how there's like plastic though on either side?
Yeah.
It's because that's where the guys are jumping out, and like they don't want anyone to accidentally swing and hit somebody.
Don't want anyone to throw uppercuts.
So I have some other videos of like some other houses. Like so, obviously there was Texas Chainsaw, which was a big IP. They had Haunting of Hill House, which is the only one that I was legitimately frightened. About 70% of the way through, I was like, all right, let's just get the fuck out of here because I can't do this anymore. Because it got to the point where in that house there were hallways that just got pitch dark, and then the lightning like went off, strobe effect, and fucking bent neck lady is right above you. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
And-
No.
and of course, like I'm like, let's stay on the people that are in front of us because like they will tell us where the jump scares are. And this house, Liz was in front of me, so I was just like, come on, let's go, let's get the fuck out of here. Like there was one part of that house where there's like you round a corner and there's like a big opening with lots of fog, and I was just like, okay, that's not really like whatever. Some motherfucker on stilts came out after us. I was like, oh, sweet, man. So we did this other one because it had a 15-minute wait after Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice was more silly than scary. And you're walking out of like, once again, you're walking through scenes of the movie with like fucking flats and everything. So this was this one called Case Files, and it like this. All of these are narrative based, by the way. They tell
a book reader.
They tell stories while you go through. So this one tells a story of a private eye who who lives and works in New Jersey. That was like the setting they chose. And as you're going through this house, it shows you like whatever case he's on that ends up being supernatural in like. So like you see how it's like this film noir type of vibe, right? So like watch.
Yep, there's the lady silhouette. Ooh, that's creepy.
Yeah, see, and now that's a video that plays, right?
Yeah.
And it goes off to the left, but watch this. A real fucking actor jumps out here, though.
That's sick.
That's
So listen to this. Watch this.
double
What a
spin.
spin
Listen.
move.
Watch.
Yeah, I love the lines.
There's a scene right here with mannequins, right?
I already don't like that.
Like, watch
I
this.
don't like that. One of them's gonna come to life. I don't like it. Oh, is that one pregnant? Yep.
Like, you see, they have these strobe lights and these big crashes and everything. You know, there was the Moss Man. There's
just so much going on. Like, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's so
Yeah.
much light. There's so
like,
much
look
noise.
at that. Like, there's a Bigfoot in one part of this house. Like, there's one scene where you see this guy smoking around the corner, like smoking a cigarette.
The kitty cat
Oh
club.
yeah, right here. See, he's smoking a cigarette at the corner before
Well,
he
he
goes
needs a
in.
break.
Yeah. So then, like, you go in and there's this demonic bitch singing. Like, see, this fucking demonic bartender scared the shit out of me. But like all the people in the
Come
club
on, where are
have,
the girls?
have their
a cool
throats
concept,
slit and stuff.
Oh, cool.
No needle dicks.
No needle dicks, but I do have this one fucking crate. I hope they show it. I hope this guy. Oh, okay, here we go. So, obviously, like, there's a weird doll. Fucking look, like, okay. So this is inside. This is like where the shit hits the fan. Like you're back inside the
There's
office.
the fan.
Yeah. Oh my god, are they gonna throw shit into that van?
Like the makeup looks really good too.
This is a really unique take on a horror house. Normally, everyone just go, New Jersey,
no. Yeah.
not New Jersey.
Bridgegate.
But no, like it
so
doesn't-
right here,
it doesn't
so
follow any other like.
I don't know
trope.
what this is on the left. I couldn't see it when I was there either. But like, see, there's Bigfoot, like a cryptid right there. See how they're behind?
that
See how
big.
they're behind the plastic?
More like
So then look
Bigfoot.
at this fucking thing right here. Like,
What is this?
the fuck is
What
going
is
on?
that?
Soul suck.
He's seeing the multiverse
And then
right
there's
now.
a fucking alien over here. He's seeing the multiverse. And then so
Look in the turtle's eyes.
Beetlejuice, like I said, they had one called The Bride of Frankenstein Lives, which was another one that we hopped online because it was short. And basically what that one was like, it was a sequel to Bride of Frankenstein, but in haunted house form. It's a stupid fucking, it's just their way of showing it. I couldn't find a video of it, but there was one section where, like I said, I was calling them out, like, Liz, on your left, on your right, like, that's where they're going to come. There was one section, though, where, like, the story is, like, the brides of Dracula's blood can bring Frankenstein back to life. So vampires show up halfway through this house.
Crossover.
And at one point, these two vampire bitches with, like, horribly disfigured in teeth, they jumped out at the same time on both sides and scared the shit out. Like, genuinely, I was like, I think I shit my pants after that. I was like, that was the most
gonna be
horrifying
Second
thing.
time in Florida. Second time shitting my pants.
So,
Never going back
Never
again.
going back to Florida. Florida
I'm
makes
3
you
for 3
shit your
next trip.
pants.
so,
I'm wearing diapers next time I come.
So there is one last video I want to show you guys, and it's a really cheesy name, and the only reason we did it was because the wait was 15 minutes.
how
But
many horror houses did you go to?
There was 10. We did 6. The only reason we didn't do all 10 is because old lady Jenkins threw out her back, so we couldn't keep going through the houses. Like, legitimately, Liz threw out her back.
Really?
That's not a house.
like
Damn.
like couldn't take big steps. Like had to like pretty
Just-
much
just from
scuff her
walking
way
so much?
from the park
She-
all the way
she
to the
shit
hotel.
herself too many times. Yeah,
Yeah.
scared.
Shit,
Throughout her whole
shit it.
back.
Don't
So
shit it.
the last house that
Shit
we
couple over
did
here.
was this one called Revenge of the Tooth Fairy, which is so fucking such a lame name, but it was
I love it.
literally the most gruesome one that they had.
Oh, I bet.
So this
Teeth
is
everywhere.
the story behind this one. The narrative is some rich little piece of shit doesn't want to give up his first baby tooth, and in this world, every child has to pay their dues to the Tooth Fairy, right? So the parents are like, "Please give them your fucking tooth, like they're gonna kill us all, and they're gonna turn you into
give
a
the
monster."
tooth over.
Yeah, pretty much. So if we check it out. It starts off with like these titles above you and like this little video that shows you like some
Revenge
of the Tooth Fairy. See all these assholes with their phones out and their cameras? Like, come on. So
You would not have
now
this
check
footage
this out.
otherwise,
This is
Pat.
the
That's
first.
true. I was literally thinking the
Great
same
point.
thing.
This is the first scene, and see how it's done like a storybook.
That's cool.
Okay, so yeah, it's like a horror fairy tale.
Yeah.
Pop-up book.
So you hear how the kid's saying
No,
they can't have it and shit like that.
truth.
Fucking greedy kids.
Oh, did you
all
see
right,
the
so
tooth
mo-
fairy
all right,
popping
so-
up behind?
So Tooth Fairy's not a fan.
Whoa.
So this one Tooth Fairy shows up and murders what the staffer in here, and this is the kid
God,
right
really
here
tight.
who's like, "Please, oh my God, I'm so fucking sorry," right?
So the Tooth Fairy murders an innocent person because this kid won't give up.
And
his
then there's
tooth.
another fairy right there.
Is it too late to give the tooth?
Oh,
yeah,
this is it, bro.
like
So,
what if I just give it over
right
before
here,
you kill them?
See how there's somebody else with like a hung upside down with their jaw missing?
She took all the teeth.
So, dude, it's so fucking gruesome. So check this out. So
Killed servants, one and all.
So it shows you the. So see, that's the kid. That's the kid right back there.
Little shit.
Yeah, and see how his mouth's all
Son
fucked
of a
up? It's
bitch.
because now they're pulling out all his teeth and they're gonna make him a fairy. So
Good, he doesn't deserve the teeth.
Yeah.
So like this is the mother.
Please.
See how her teeth's all fucked up and everything.
away your teeth.
So listen,
So the Tooth
they have
Fairy's
the
just
drill.
giving out
Listen.
gingivitis.
All right, so these are the parents, the grandparents. They ripped out the bottom of their mouths, and the
Grandparents too?
yeah, and the father,
Damn,
the
fuck this
father
kid.
was on the bed like this, and the makeup is fucking sick. Like it's dripping down and everything. It looks amazing. But but you guys see my point that like they're trying to get thousands of people through this house, so it's like just keep going, single file line, like you're never alone type of thing.
Go in, shit your pants.
Shit your pants.
And get out.
We'll
so
give
like,
you
check
a
out
new
this one.
slacks
Like,
when you get out.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Oh,
So-
I hate that sound.
the fairies visited mother and father. Like, see, that's the parents on the
Mommy,
bed.
Daddy.
So that guy's got his jaw ripped out near
Ben
the fire.
I've been ravaged. That's a sentence you never want to say.
It's got the back of her head blown out. So yeah, like you see
Yeah.
how. So I'm trying to. I'll wait until I think this is the scene coming up. Yeah, there's another fairy. Okay, so this scene right here. So they're like obviously pulling his teeth out, and they tied it like it's like, you know how like when you tie a tooth to a doorknob and like, you know what I mean. This is what that is supposed to be, but what they're tying him to is all the servant bells in the house. So
Oh,
later
that's
on.
cool.
When you walk through the kitchen, the bells are ringing. It's because they're yanking on his corpse, and it's
cool.
ringing all the bells. So I'll show you. It's coming up. So like that's the kid right there who's slowly turning into like a fucking fairy himself. See how he's like crying, and then there's his fucked up face. So then right here, see the bells on the left? It'll turn. Like that's the chef's body in the oven, and then see the bells that are ringing. It's because that
Christmas
guy
bells
is
are
hanging on the fucking bells.
Oh wow.
God damn,
Off to the
detail
left,
in
there's
this.
someone who's getting
Yeah.
fucked up by a fairy.
Yo,
That's
that's
assault, brother.
Yeah, that doesn't look right.
That's assault,
Hands
brother.
off.
I don't see any wings on these fairies.
Yeah.
yeah.
So then,
Are we
like,
sure
there's
this
a
is the
fairy to
tooth
the
fairy?
left.
Yeah.
And there's like a dead maid on the bed. This one really fucked me up. This one was like, damn, this was
is
gruesome
brutal.
as shit. This was worse than any of the Texas Chainsaw shit that we saw.
This kid ended a whole bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, just
All
because he
over
didn't want to give
so,
up his
okay,
tooth.
So here's something that I didn't realize. So this part, you're walking through bloody sheets in the laundry room, right? And what they do is they flash lights and you see silhouettes of the fairies behind it. What I didn't realize, what I was looking at the time, were the feet of the fairies hiding behind the sheets. You know what I mean? Like getting ready to scare you. But the whole time I was
You
like,
gotta think
what?
for feet.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are these? You know what I mean? So
These
keep moving
looking
through.
good.
See, like, there's a motherfucker that jumps out.
Nobody's reading the story anymore, Chip.
Yeah,
All right.
now people just want out.
We got the
It was
point.
just like,
So
all right,
then
I'm getting
At
out.
some point, they take the kid to
Oh.
they take the kid to the fairy homeworld, and this is what it looks like.
What's left of him?
Is it just a mountain of teeth?
Like that's what he looks like now.
Good for him.
Oh, there
Oh
he
no,
is.
there he is. Outfit is still pure white.
And then you get to the exit. There's one last scare for the road. So
Take one last pant shit.
either or. I want to go back badly and do the rest of the house. Like do the rest of the houses. Obviously they change them around, but I realize now that the reason why these things are off site is because they are so intricate that it's not like Fright Fest where they're like, all right, let's put the scarecrows up.
Yeah,
It's
you can't just
October."
build this up.
You know what I mean?
How was the rest of the park though?
The park was fine. We had our room keys were our fast passes, so we killed Islands of Adventure in 2 hours. Like
Nice.
walked on all the rides. The only ride we waited for was the Hagrid ride. Worth waiting for. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
How was Harry Potter World?
It was fine. I was there the weekend it opened, so I already knew. Like I'd already been there.
Okay.
Seen it.
Yeah, pretty much. However, there was one ride I didn't do, and that was Velocicoaster. And Liz and I waited online. It was only 30-minute wait. It's the brand new ride that they have. We went and got up. We were about to sit in the seats, and I just looked at Liz and I go, I think I'm good on this. She was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I think I'm not really into this. She goes, all right, well, I'm still going to go. And they just locked her in the seat and they said, bye-bye. And like, she went on it. No problem.
Why didn't you want to go on it?
You remember our talk about roller coasters?
Well, I was actually just about to ask.
Yeah.
I was like, so do you still feel the same way about roller coasters?
Yeah, I think it's just like, I'm just over it, you know? Like I don't
why?
need to be in the
What
air
happened?
tossing.
Shit your pants
through-
in
What
it.
happened?
Shit your pants too many
On the
times.
Superman ride, you had to lie in it the whole time.
No, because here's the thing is that the Hagrid ride is a roller coaster. It just doesn't do like, you know, upside down and barrel rolls
Right.
and everything.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm just like, how many times have we been on King Ka together and shit like that? You know what I mean?
Now you're just a dad that waits by the exit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
You guys have fun.
Pretty much.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll watch your
I got a
stuff.
book.
It's fun.
Yeah. And I got a book.
It's all right.
no.
I paid
And, like,
$65
that was
just to
the
watch
thing. It
you
was
guys
like,
have fun.
I was like, do I really want to? And like physically, you know, with my heart and everything, I would be fine. Not a big deal. My cardiologist was like, go ahead. Fucking not a big deal. Right. But it's like, do I want to put myself through the mental anguish the rest of the day? Did I fuck myself up? Like, am I tired now because I did that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
last time I went to Six Flags, like it was like went for like the whole day, and I remember it was like 5 p.m. and I was like, everything hurts. I
Yeah.
was only like 25, like it was, and I was just like, everything hurts. Why am I doing this for 8 hours in a
and
day?
the ride attendant asked me, she was like, oh, are you afraid? I was like, no, I'm not really afraid. I'm just not into it anymore. She goes, you know, that's fine. I'll put it like this. I was like, I'm from New Jersey. I was like, I've done King Ka several times. She goes, oh, okay, so this would be no problem for you. I go, yeah, I drive on the Parkway.
Oh, so you're totally not a bitch.
Yeah.
I drive on the Parkway. and
Wow,
the
so
Turnpike.
not a bitch.
But hold up, everyone. He rode King to Ka.
Pretty much.
Look at this non-pussy.
Hey, everyone. We got a non-pussy over here.
Let's get him a hat. So
Whoa, look at the badass.
Give me a
over
brand
here.
new T-shirt.
check his pants. Check his pants.
What does he smell like? Fresh draws? I don't think so.
This is the one. That's shit.
But yeah, that was the only one I didn't do.
I remember a
not
coworker
into
tell
it.
me about they took their family to Harry Potter World. And they go to Diagon Alley.
Oh, that ride was sick, by the way.
And well, this are like the actual shops too.
Yeah.
Right. So they went into the wand shop, and I guess every select group or something, they choose one kid that gets the wand.
Like the Elder Wand
Yeah,
or whatever.
They
okay.
reenact the whole scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's this
okay.
all these theatrics and everything like that. So they get your kid all riled up. And then finally, they give you the option to pay for the wand, which is like $85 when it's all
Oh.
So she's like, of course, my kid got picked. I had to pay $85 out of
That's
the entire
bullshit.
group. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because
That
then, yeah,
sucks.
your kid's just like, I want this wand.
Come
of
on,
course.
it shows me. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, like I said,
That
I text you
sucks.
guys and like, listen, those Harry Potter motherfuckers, they go hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
They were
They're-
out there, full school uniforms with cloaks in the humidity and heat, and they were like, I am fine, because I'm at home.
Scars on their foreheads.
Yeah, pretty much.
I live here now.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people who you know, you buy the wand at Ollivanders and then you can go around the park and like, you know, say shit and it does stuff and like it's really not that exciting. But man, let me tell you something. Little kids when they were like, oh, it really fucking works.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's cool.
yo,
It's
I will
immersive.
say
Good for
though,
them.
the new Hagrid ride is insane. Like that is one of the craziest roller coasters I've ever been on.
What does it do?
It's just okay. So it's like a motorcycle and sidecar are the seats.
Say it again.
A motorcycle,
Motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
motorcycle. Like I don't understand
That's
this.
better.
There you go.
And motorcycle,
Motorcycle.
and the
Oh,
sidecar is the other seat. So the first time we went on, just because this is where we were in line, I was on the motorcycle and Liz was in the sidecar. And it's not like they have figured out that you don't need a fucking hill to climb on roller coasters anymore. They just fucking launch you out of the station.
King to Ka, you know.
Yeah. And
Not a bitch.
except it's not done by cables anymore. It's done by magnets, and that is fucking science. Anyway, it's one
Smart too.
Smart and unbitchy.
I shit my pants at will on this show.
I'm gonna do it right now.
So
Cancel this show, right?
it's just like you ride through Hagrid's fucking treasure trove of like, look at all my creatures. And like there's one part where it's like, don't mind Fluffy, and there's like a animatronic 3-headed thing. You go all the way up this one thing. It's like, oh, you lost power, so now you're going backwards. You go into this cave, and then the fucking cave drops, like the whole roller coaster drops, and then you go on another, like they shoot you off one more time at like 70 miles an hour for the last bit of the thing. And then at the end, there's like a fucking unicorn. And everyone's cracking up because like you're trying to catch your breath and everything, and Hagrid's just monologuing about this unicorn. He's just, oh, and look at this, she's a mum. Like it's just like shut the fuck up, just shut the fuck up. There was one part where they shoot you through like a broken piece of the castle, and I thought my fucking head was gonna hit one of the pillars that was sticking out. That ride is great. It's a great roller coaster. Highly recommend. Still think the Forbidden Journey, the first Harry Potter ride they opened, is the craziest one you'll ever do.
Is that the one where you're on a broomstick?
No.
Oh.
You're never on a broomstick.
What?
Get that out of your head.
What a missed opportunity.
Have you-
I thought
have
there was
you done
one.
this?
I know.
Jess?
Isn't it like a 3D?
I didn't do the Hagrid one because that one's new, but the last time I went was 2017. So I did
The Forbidden Journey, right? The
yeah,
one in the
it's-
castle.
okay, yeah, that's the castle. Yeah, we did the castle one and the Gringotts one.
Okay. The green.
Oh, I remember
the
that one.
The Gringotts one was cool because like there obviously like there's a bunch of screens everywhere and it's like a roller coaster like dark ride type of thing. But the way the ride starts is they fucking tip the roller coaster forward and suspend you there for like probably like 15-20 seconds, and then fucking what's her name? Tim Burton's ex-wife hits you with a spell.
Helena Bonham Carter.
She hits you with a spell, and that like releases you, and it just drops you, and you just go straight into darkness, like going through sewers and shit like that.
VR.
I thought there was a VR
in
one.
the commercials.
Yeah.
What?
There's
where
a
you
VR
have
one where
glasses
you're
on. Yeah, the Gringotts one, you have glasses on for that one.
But you're on a
About wearing
broomstick.
glasses.
No.
There's something with a
They give you the
broomstick.
glasses.
Yeah, they give you a glass.
No.
It's really cool.
I think you're talking about the Warner Brothers Studio Tour where they put you on a fucking
I
broomstick.
did that.
In
I
London?
have a video. Of
In
it.
Lo-
No,
in
in
London?
California.
Oh, really? They have
Yeah.
one in California?
Yeah. And it's like a green screen video, and you're.
You're on a broomstick, and it's really fucking weeby.
Yeah, I fucking did it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Sounds like fun to me.
Do they still have that dragon ride, like the double dragon?
No, they got rid
roller
of.
coaster
They got
one?
rid of. Well, originally that ride was Dueling Dragons, and then they turned it into Dragon Challenge. They got rid of it for put Hagrid
Dragon
in.
Challenge.
Let
Yeah.
me see.
Pat, you didn't go to Universal Studios.
Oh no, where did I go? What is it?
Hold on, what is this?
Forbidden
Harry
Journey.
Potter and the Forbidden Journey.
Yes, you're not on a broomstick,
Okay.
Somebody's got some
Maybe
explaining.
you weren't on a
bro.
broomstick.
Are you about to play this video to have like some confirmation? Like, really, you were on a
No,
broomstick?
I'm
God
seeing in
damn
the
it,
thumbnail there's some broomstick shit
confusion?
going on.
But you're not on one.
There's some broomstick
Okay.
shit though.
Glasses, Dan.
All right.
That's
The way that
it.
The glasses.
You can see better. And that's
I have
it.
okay. I have explained this to you guys before about the way this ride works, and I realize every time I explain it, nobody gets it.
Where's the broomstick? I want a broomstick.
There's no-
This is a missed opportunity by
There's-
Universal to not put a broomstick on a ride.
It's like that old commercial for Gatorade. Remember the guy gets like put in the football ride, and he's got to like run the ball down the field. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
no.
I'll send it to you guys later, but. It's all right. The way this ride works
Yeah.
is you're in a
There wasn't actually a football.
Don't send it.
maybe don't
Just a helmet.
there was the way this ride works is you sit in like a 4-seater car, right? And you're all facing one direction. Okay. And
Love them.
you're pretty much on like this like track, right? I'm trying to explain it right now. You're on a track
We still got to keep going.
Yep.
that
Let's go
has
to the
an
next
that
topic.
has
Last
an
night in
arm.
Soho.
That has an arm
My God. It's a
that
school
goes
night.
like this and waves you around.
Joe's got to sit in Holland
And he
Tunnel
puts
traffic.
you in front of fucking screens with people flying, and you're like, oh, I'm flying too.
And there's glasses.
And there's glasses. And
no glasses on that one.
where's the broomstick?
And there's a tooth fairy.
All right, fuck you guys. Anyway, Halloween Horror Nights
Not
is
really
definitely
a
worth
fairy,
it.
though.
Next year we decided we're going to Disney, and we're just gonna buy Halloween Horror Nights
Disney.
tickets, and then at night just go there and just do all the haunted houses because
Okay,
I'm not
that's
going to
actually a good
fucking
point.
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween
I'm
party.
going to Disney next October.
Shit. What dates?
I'm I don't
Put it on the
remember
internet.
Exactly.
Put it on the
don't
internet
know.
with your hotel
on the internet.
information.
Yo, for the
Let me know.
same-
Let me know
for the
when your house
same-
will be.
I love the idea of
empty
you
so
guys
can
doing
rob it.
a Halloween episode in Disney with Mario Lopez next week.
Hey guys,
Oh my god.
Mario Lopez would say yes.
I would
His cheekbones are like
for what I paid for all of my amenities at Universal. I've scheduled out a trip at Disney, and it literally costs $1,000 more
Yeah.
for fast passes room. And at Universal,
Happiest place on
I
earth, man.
stayed at the I stayed at literally the most expensive hotel you could stay at. And when I booked Disney, I stayed at literally the cheapest hotel you could stay at, and it was still an extra $1,000.
It's the part where all the animals shit.
God.
And
That's where they go. Really?
it's just a big old pile of giraffe shit.
So Pat just tosses his underwear in it, and it blends into the pile.
I'll fit right in.
Somebody planted my underwear over there.
I'm a shit too.
All right. Let's talk about last night in Soho. So who saw this? Joe, you didn't see
did
it.
not.
We saw it. Jess, did you see it?
yes.
And Burke.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here's my thing. Normally we do non-spoilers and spoilers. The reason why I say let's not do full spoilers is because this movie only made $5 million and came in 6th place at the box office on its opening weekend. That's the lowest for any Edgar Wright film. And I think more people should see this because it's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
It's a great movie.
It's fucking good.
It literally is. Just imagine if.
What?
Oh yeah.
Your chip.
Yeah, my costume is just falling off. It's all good. The chip on my shoulder's falling apart.
When can we eat these?
Oh, we're gonna eat them at the end of the
That's
show.
called character development.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The chip on your shoulder.
Anyway,
So
yeah, it's imagine if Edgar Wright directed a horror movie. That's kind of what this is.
Yeah,
it
except
has
it-
Edgar Wright written all over
but it doesn't have all the Edgar Wright isms. You know what I mean? Like
No, I get
the
that.
quick cuts and the,
Yeah.
and the fucking
But-
like the humor and all that stuff. It just feels like Edgar Wright was like, I'm gonna try a horror movie out.
Yeah,
and it
which is
works.
fine.
And it works, yeah. And like it doesn't have the quick cuts and all that, but it does have like that, like the unique.
The vibe
It has the vibe.
Yeah,
it
the
also
vibe.
passes
it-
the vibe check for
It
sure.
yeah, and it also has like like him
Yeah, you
playing
stank.
around and
You
having
stank.
fun.
Burping. But yeah.
Yeah, they stink too. But it has like him like experimenting with the mirror when what's it called when she goes back into the past. Like it has like those fun moments
The
of him just
sheets.
experimenting with the sheets.
That
Yeah,
was fucking cool.
it and a killer soundtrack.
So for the Monmouth crew here, and I already talked to her about this. She knows we're gonna bring it up. Did the main character look like Ellie Newcomb to anybody else? Burke?
I could kind of see that.
I could not see it. As a
I-
matter of fact, I texted her and told her, and she looked it up and was like, "Holy fuck, is that my twin?"
Did I act in this
When
film?
she went blonde, looked exactly like her.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
I said,
No, it was cool. Like I totally agree. It like the vibe completely felt on for one of his movies.
Touch it.
It brought you along really well. It just felt like really it didn't dive deeply enough into like anything that I wanted it to. Is the main problem I had with it.
Okay.
I've heard that as well. That like it's kind of like surface level thriller type of stuff, and like I mean like they briefly touch on her medium psychic abilities in the beginning.
Yeah, which I kind of like, where how they just kind of lightly touch on it, because then they just don't need to. You don't need to explain the whole thing.
Yeah.
All you need is just like, hey, she's got medium powers.
I got it.
Here
she can
we
see
go.
her dead mom.
Exactly.
Cool. So she can see other dead people. She's never seen other dead people because she lives in a cottage and
Exactly. There was enough to go off of where you didn't need to spell it out for
I
people.
also love the subtext of the movie where it's about how no matter what age a big city, women can get chewed up and spit out, like regardless of who it is. Like in the past, it was the pimp, and in the future it was her fucking roommate who she absolutely should have stabbed in the face. But
100%. Which,
like,
yeah.
Go ahead,
That's a little bit of the problem I have with it. Like, it's every single character was the most one-dimensional character possible. Like, you had a roommate who was like the bitchy city girl. Then you had like, you know, the male, you know, like the guy that she wanted to like, or, like was seeing, and he was just like, I relate to you because I'm weird too. Like, it was literally
I got
just
a weird
like,
auntie.
You did really bad with character development here.
Yeah, no, I won't argue against that. Yeah, like that guy was so one note. He was like, "Please talk to me." It was just like, "Yo, this girl is weird as hell."
Yo, bro,
Run.
simping ain't pimping, and
Yeah, this dude was simping
out.
hard.
I will say it was kind of fucked up.
Straight up
when,
a pick me guy.
when she was screaming in the bedroom and he was like putting his pants on. Like, oh, I was like, this ain't a good look.
Oh, exactly. Oh yeah.
Not
Oh
a
yeah. It
good
was just
look.
like, bro, run,
Yeah. Well,
run.
I thought he was just gonna leap out the window. But I love the cinematography. I think cinematography is fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the characters. I think they fit well for the story that was trying to be told. You know, like Matt Smith's character didn't need to be anything more. Like, he was meant to be a piece of shit, and that's what he was a piece of shit.
Which one was Matt Smith?
Jack.
Doctor Who.
Jack, the pimp in the past.
Handsome pimp.
My only note on the movie is that Matt Smith has a Rocky Lee Dennis complexion, and that's just what I gathered from the trailer.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
That's all I got. That's all I got for you.
Great
Whatever
take.
that condition was, he might have it.
Performances, Anya-Taylor-Joy and Thomasin McKenzie are unreal in this
They're
movie.
great.
The part
They're
in the
really
bar
great.
where she's confronting Jack or whatever his name actually ended up being.
Lindsay.
Lindsay. That's
Lindsay.
right.
Lindsay.
That was fucking the levels that girl hit.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. She was just like the right amount of like really meek and scared, but still like strong enough to believe that she would try and continue on with this story.
Yes,
Yeah.
for
She
sure.
did a great job balancing that.
That was one of the like coolest things I thought about this. I really love when like stories do an unreliable narrator. And like you got her as an unreliable narrator because like both she's young, you don't know what's going on with her like schizophrenic mentally, as well as then like this weird kind of like paranormal power. So you got like a cool 3-tiered twist on being like, I don't know who to believe, what's right, what I'm seeing. You're seeing it all through her eyes.
Yeah.
So that was super cool.
Without getting into spoilers, what do you guys think of the twist?
The twist was cool just because there is like as you're watching it, you're speculating that like
It's sprinkled throughout.
Yeah, like it's sprinkled throughout where you're speculating like, oh, it's this, and then it's like, oh, it's not that, and then it's like, oh, it's this. Oh, it actually was the original twist
Well,
I was thinking the whole time.
That's what I was like. I said to Liz in the theater, I was like, it's that motherfucker. He did it for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. And then later on, I was just like, wow, I genuinely did not see that coming.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. And also great the last performance, I had to look up her name, of Diana Rigg. That was
Did she just retire or is she dead?
No, she passed
She's
away.
dead.
Okay.
Yeah, she died
Last year.
about a year ago. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
R.I.P. But yeah, that was her last performance.
She was
but
good.
She was very
She was
good.
a very intimidating
Yeah.
old woman.
Yes. That was her shtick. Intimidating old woman, because she was on Game of Thrones too.
Oh, right.
As Olenna Tyrell. Yeah.
What do you guys think of Anya-Taylor-Joy? Because I was confused as like I saw one trailer for this like halfway through it, and I just saw that it was Edgar Wright doing horror, and I was like, I'm gonna see that movie regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that this wasn't just a movie based around her character.
Yeah.
So when it took like 20 minutes to get to her, but every scene she's in, she steals.
Yeah, no, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Which also, does anyone know if that was her singing?
That is her singing.
That is her singing? Damn.
Yep.
You got a beautiful voice. But
yeah,
either or.
I thought her acting in it was absolutely incredible. I was almost like a little bit upset, kind of like you said, that like she is in it a good amount, but it's like, and I know we're seeing her through the past, and that's not a spoiler or anything.
Yo,
but
yeah.
it's like
The mirror shit.
well, that's what I'm saying.
I
with
wanted
the-
more from her character
Yeah.
just because it's her. Like her as that actress, I was like, no, I wish there was like more from you.
I want more
It wouldn't
Anya.
have made sense, but
Do break break.
But yeah, I also thought going into it that Anya, she was the main character, and
Yeah.
so when I saw that it was, what's the main actress's name?
Thomas and Mackenzie.
Thomas and
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie. I was just like, that's not Anya-Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
where the fuck is she?
It
In
took me
every
a while-
scene, I'm
it
like,
took me
yo,
a while to
where
warm
is
up to her, but
Yeah.
but I was on her side
Yeah.
after Act 1. I was, and like before everything turns to shit, in Act 1 where they're like exploring her ability to like travel to the 60s and everything and like live this life through this other person's eyes and everything. That was fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Those scenes were so well done. And I love the parallels, how like she starts designing clothing. Like what a random thing to pick. You know what I mean? Like Edgar Wright, yeah, she's a clothing designer who's also a fucking medium.
Yeah.
Who's going to solve a mystery from 70 years ago. You know what I mean?
It's like, okay, all right, go with it.
It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was,
No, you go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say the only thing that like my only other little criticism about it from being a horror film was that I felt like the horror didn't ramp up well. And I'm not gonna go into spoiling different things, but it was like things didn't get progressively like you see some of the horror and it's consistent for like the rest of kind of the horror elements of the movie.
I agree with you there. I wasn't really like edge of my seat scared the entire time.
No.
I was more like, ooh, it's a spooky thriller.
and that's the thing is that it really isn't a horror movie. It's much
but
more
it's billed as one.
It's billed as one, but it really is a psycho thriller.
I'm trying to see Antlers.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? You guys see
Antler
trailers
looks
for
crazy.
Antlers?
Yeah, I saw
Antlers.
that. I'm like, I'm good.
Bro, I
I'm
really
good.
want to see Antlers.
I'm hella good.
Have you heard about Antlers? Antlers is just a creature feature type of thing.
A big old cryptid
I don't want
thing.
to. Like I said, I haven't looked up any spoilers or anything, but my money is on. This is definitely some Wendigo shit for sure. Like,
Hell yeah.
yeah. So I'm in. That other
Dude,
movie
it looks so
Lamb,
good.
too.
Okay.
Looks fucking crazy.
I will go see that with you. Let me know when you're gonna go.
I
see
would
it.
like
What'd
to
you
see
say,
that
Wendigo?
movie. What the Wendigo?
Wendigo.
Wendigo?
And then what's the other movie was Lamb that we talked about.
Skinwalker.
Yeah.
You know about those?
Oh, I know about Skinwalkers, bro.
Yeah, Wendigo, Skinwalkers, they're all one and the same.
The fuck
They
is
basically
that?
like kind of like they'll kill something and like almost like wear its skin and bones and like almost be the creature, but like in a way that it would be like if it was like a deer.
There's
a
also
super common one.
There's
it would be like a
also-
deer that it's like standing up and is all like crunchy, crackly with its bones.
Yeah, this is all. This
okay.
is all
So it's like a
based on
spirit kind of thing.
This is all based on indigenous people as well, too. Like all
Yeah.
of their folk.
like Appalachia.
Right.
indigenous
Oh,
people.
okay.
And one of them has to do with skinwalkers in some of those tribes are people who can willingly turn into animals to like hunt and stalk and keep off
But it's
enemy
like
tribes.
an evilish kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like their take on werewolves type of thing, but
Okay.
like more spiritual stuff. I don't know. It looks good. What's her name's in it? Is it Kate Winslet who's in it?
Winslet's
What
in
is
this?
her name?
Still around?
She just did that
The show on HBO.
Carrie
that's
Russell.
Carrie
who it is.
Russell.
Carrie Russell.
And
Okay.
Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons, who's
Jesse
the
Plemons?
Adam
the
Warlock?
Nazi in Jungle
Jesse
Jungle
Smollett.
Cruise.
I don't think they were Nazis yet, but I know what you're
No,
talking
in Jungle
about.
Cruise, he was definitely the Nazi.
What did you just say?
Jesse Smollett.
Yeah. You-
Okay. The movie sounds good.
When will you
I'm
when will you fucking learn, Joe?
Did he do anything worse besides the subway incident? Am I not supposed to bring him up?
No, man. I'm just saying.
How do you call it the subway incident?
I'm just saying it. I love his like. If Samir was here, he'd be very disappointed in you.
This video's gonna get blocked because
I
you
just
said
thought
his
that
name.
was.
That's true, yeah. The YouTube
Funny
algorithm's
name.
going to bring us down.
Hashtag.
Don't
Jesse.
shoot me with the Bourbon Streak.
Yeah. Oh, Bourbon Street's all over.
Oh,
this.
it's all over.
I was gonna say the movie sounds good. It sounds like a good David Lynch movie to me.
Actually,
kind of.
I can see with the title, yeah.
There's a lot of Hitchcock influence in this.
Okay.
As
yeah,
well.
like with
That's a
the
good one.
knife, yeah.
right.
There's
the,
that.
Yeah.
dude. The
A lot
scene,
of classic slasher kind of
Yeah.
shit.
The
If I'm thinking like
scene.
if I enjoyed Blue Velvet, it would be this movie or something like that.
Yeah, I guess so. If you want to go that route.
Yeah, I hate David Lynch.
Okay.
I do too.
Yeah.
I fucking hate like Mulholland Drive. Fuck
All
that
of them.
movie. Fuck that movie.
Most people don't like David Lynch. Even David
No.
Lynch doesn't like David,
David Lynch wakes up every day,
David
looks in the mirror, and says, "Fuck you."
How you doing, Gary? Good.
Good, how are you?
But yeah, so last night Soho. It's good. I like it.
It's worth it.
I definitely, like I said, I don't want to go into heavy spoilers or talk about the plot or the twist or anything because I think it's worth it for people to at least watch it. And I don't think the trailers did a good enough job selling it.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that most people are going out to the movies for big summer blockbusters that are coming out in fall because they've been delayed. You know what I mean? And I mean, like, even look at Dune. If it was a normal no pandemic and that came out in the middle of the summer, Dune would have easily cracked $1 billion. Like,
what's
no
it at
problem.
right now?
I think it's close to like 250, 260. It dropped 60% in its second weekend, but that's still a lower drop compared to every other Warner Brothers.
Right.
Domestic at 70, worldwide at 293.
Yeah, okay, that's good. I mean, they already announced a sequel. They said officially we are getting a sequel. You guys haven't seen Dune yet, right?
No, not yet.
Oh, you got it. That's such a fucking good movie.
It's on
my
HBO
God. Jess,
Max,
did you watch Dune yet?
Not yet.
Holy motherfucker.
It's so good.
It's so
I
fucking
did
good.
see the new Halloween though.
Oh, you did finally watch it?
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
The part where he kicks the fucking door open and that lady shoots herself in the head.
Oh my God.
I must have missed that while we were. I was like, how
Oh
did
my
nobody
God.
bring this up on the podcast?
That was insane.
We were just talking about this the other day. Like, what's a good new horror movie coming out that's worth seeing? Worth
Last
seeing?
night in
Antlers
Soho.
is going to be
Soho.
worth seeing.
Right.
And
Like,
Antlers.
It looks terrifying.
Lamb is a new A24
Okay.
type for Hereditary style. It's about the guy. I can't tell if the wife fucks the lamb or he fucks the lamb. Either way,
Someone's fucking a lamb.
Somebody fucks the
That's
lamb,
still
and the kid
out.
that they have is half person, half lamb.
Right.
I love
that
it.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That sounds A24ish.
Like that's how.
it's-
I really hope that
Shows
that's what
like
it's
biologically
actually
that
about.
makes
No,
sense.
that's okay.
I
Listen,
can
listen.
see that.
I have been swindled by this before. Okay, have you guys ever seen The Octopus Teacher? All right, I read a tweet that sold a better movie than I watched. I was certain going into that movie that this guy was gonna fuck that octopus. He didn't fuck the
Holy
octopus.
shit.
Okay,
Everyone thought.
I
that
will
in
not
that
be
movie?
burned twice on this.
You can't bamboozle me again. I have come for
What'd you say?
Wasn't that
bestiality.
nominated for an Oscar?
It's like
for
a
biggest
very
swindle.
wholesome
Okay,
movie.
for biggest swindle.
Yes.
If it's nominated for
okay.
an Oscar,
it's
they're not gonna
wholesome.
fucking
I,
octopus.
I was sad. All right, the guy formed a bond with an octopus. The
Yes.
octopus got murdered by whatever. Because people were polluting the area it was in.
No,
all right.
that's not what
Yes,
happened.
it's very sad.
It's
okay?
very sad.
But I'm telling you, I
Well,
read a
it's
tweet.
not what happened, but I can
said-
tell you what didn't happen.
I'm telling
He
you.
didn't fuck that
I read
octopus.
a tweet that said he has sex with that octopus. I watched that whole goddamn movie, and at no point did that man and that octopus have intercourse. Okay, it just
You really
didn't happen.
think they were gonna put that on like an actual live
It was
documentary
Netflix.
of, like,
Why
people
wouldn't
just
they?
fucking
They almost put
octopus?
cuties up there.
They did. You know that they're suppressing that in the algorithm
Is it
now?
still on? I thought
Yes.
they took it down.
No.
Oh, cuties.
Ted Sarantos doesn't
cuties.
give a
Oh.
shit.
That's still up there. How?
I think that's your fault
'Cause
for
Joe
believing
Biden.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Because Joe.
That is your fault.
Yeah.
I forgot about cuties.
But
The
world wants
with
you to forget
Lamb,
about it.
though, like you're not getting a lot from the trailer, which they're obviously doing on purpose. But I just really hope that it's not like something totally different because I want to see a lamb baby.
Lamb baby.
That's true.
You want to see a lamb get fucked, or you want to see a lamb baby?
I want to see it all.
I want to see everything.
The lamb chop.
So
Oh my god.
kind of weird right
Come
now.
lick my chaps.
What's it called? They haven't tallied all the votes yet, but Jack pulled ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
like
think
pulled
it's gonna
like
be close.
pulled ahead.
It's 50-48 now. Ciatrelli, I think his name is.
Jackie boy.
Jackie Boy? I don't know.
Damn.
He's a piece of shit. Anyway, but
take
yeah,
my weed.
Last Night in Soho, for me, I give it like an 8 out of 10. Check it out. I think
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, I give it right around there.
What about you, Jess?
It was pretty good. I didn't love it, but
That's fine.
It's adequate.
Six and a half.
Damn,
You guys are
Bert.
not selling it.
God
now.
damn,
No,
Bert.
no, it's good. I mean,
a
it's
Bert
definitely
burn.
worth going to see. It is like you said, the cinematography is gorgeous. The soundtrack is awesome. It's done super cool.
Bro, if
60s
someone
dancing.
If someone gives
it kind
me-
of like scratches the surface, is what I feel like it does.
Yeah.
If someone gives me a 6.5 out of 10, I'm not going to go see something. It's like, yeah, it was a 6.5 out of 10. What is that?
Baby lamb walking.
It's
Is that a
lamb.
baby lamb?
on its 200.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, somebody
Yeah,
fucks
well,
a lamb in
yeah,
that
they-
movie.
they
Someone's
show that
fucking
in
a
the
lamb.
trailer.
Wait, what's its face?
It's the
They
lamb.
They don't show
No,
it.
they show it. They show
In-
the lamb's
Oh
face
my
in the trailer.
God.
This looks
In the
adorable.
trailer?
It's adorable.
Yes.
That's so cute.
Yes, I don't know where the cynicism comes in where they had to make it a horror
That
movie.
looks so cute.
Why does it have the
Because they
midsummer
fuck a lamb.
flowers? Oh, I don't like that close up of the eye.
Yeah,
That ain't right.
maybe we'll check it out, huh?
This is like we bought a zoo. That's what this looks like to me.
Where's
We
Matt
bought a
Damon?
zoo
We
And
fucked
then
and we
with
fucked the
it.
land.
That's why they bought the zoo.
Hit the song there.
Oh, Clippy?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's the clip of the week. Oh, it's the clip of the week. It's the clip of the week.
So I did want to pick the video of, you guys know the old video of they're interviewing the one guy and they're talking about like, oh, you're going to be scared for Halloween, like trick or treating. He's like, no, I'm not scared of anything. And the guy bursts out of the garbage can and he just rocks him in the face. Okay. Tried finding that. I couldn't find it. So I pulled this one out of storage. And I think this one has a nice surprise at the end. So let's
You're
get
gonna
going
find
here.
a nice little twist. Oh,
Right? Like, but here, like,
so it's oh no, look out! Oh
One of those days.
but always
Mondays, huh?
reverse is the best part of these videos.
Whoop.
It's fine.
He's all good.
But like,
Where is this? Is this Venezuela? Oh no. Oh,
it's-
there's
it's-
Asian. Oh, okay.
yes.
Well, I don't know what
characters
writing that
is
is.
what the PC term is.
Asian characters.
Yeah, I think like obviously like it's one of those things where it's like it's pretty shocking to see the sinkhole. And then I was like, wow, that's fucked up. And then this is just like, how
like,
come
oh,
this
no!
guy, how
This
come
poor
this
son
guy
of a
didn't
bitch.
stop?
This guy just didn't see it.
Like in the slowest possible drive into there.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you text.
I like to think that was the civil engineer who didn't support rebuilding the infrastructure. This is just ultimate
We don't
irony.
need
Oh, my leg!
Yeah.
You see, I told you. Yeah, no, this is not as shocking
Okay.
as previous clips have been, but that's okay.
Thank you for sharing, Pat.
It's nice and light. I
Yeah,
like
you
it.
know, we
You're
needed a
welcome.
reprieve.
You need peaks and valleys because like that fucking one with the burning tires. Have you seen that one where the two it's like burning tires and the two cars collide
Yes.
head on. That was a good
so
one.
good.
I like the one last week where the guy gets hit while he's fucking
Yeah.
changing. Bitch, you didn't see me. He just drives away. Oh shit.
All right, we got to watch this Lamb trailer now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll watch it after this. All right, cool. Thanks for tuning in for Holiday Special 2021, and we'll see you next week for Eternals. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Only MCU movie to have rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Damn.